Hello, everybody. How are you? All right, you guys, let's get started. Here we go. I'm ready. All right, this is a great time to like, tag, and share the video. Go ahead, like, tag, and share the video. All right. We do not own the rights to this music, but we do own the rights to the movement. Simply Her, we're on. Let's go. And yes, our guest is in the building. We're ready. Mr. Ezra is here. We're ready. We're ready. All right, you guys. Come in and tell us what city, state, what country you're from, because I know we got some guests here from all over the world. Let's go. Hey, get it, get it, get it. Happy Sunday. Hey, hey. I'm excited. Tonight is going to be an amazing night. I know it is. Go ahead on and like, tag, and share the video. This would be a good place to like, tag, and share. Hey. Don't forget to like, tag, and share the video. This is a good place to like, tag, and share. Let's go. Hello, you guys, and welcome to the Simply Her Empowerment Connection Show. I am your host, Nikki A. Kaiser, Simply Nikki. Put it together, Simply Nikki. I'm super excited about tonight. You guys, do me a favor and go ahead on and like, tag, and share the video. Get our friends on. Let them know that we're on live, and we are ready to have some fun. Before we do that, we got to do our plug. All right, you guys. Why use my pain to help others? H.E.R wrote this book, and yes, she's one of our sponsors, and we thank her so much. You guys can get your personal copy from Amazon. Order it today, and yes, you're going to be blessed with 7 steps on how to get through your pain and help some other people while you're going through. So get with our H.E.R and get your copy today. All right. Okay, Heal Better. Yes. Angela Moore wrote this amazing prayer journal. And yes, you want to heal better. Get your own personal copy. You can get it off Amazon or inbox Angela Moore, Heal Better, and she will be able to help you with your own personal copy of the Heal Better journal. I am super excited about that. Come on, you guys. Y'all know it's the month of November, and Drink to Shrink is helping me shrink. Here we go. Demetria Wooten, she got the Drink to Shrink. You too can definitely get your drink and shrinking on. She got the drops too. Those fat blasting drops. Oh, yes. So get with Demetria Wooten. Some November specials going on. And you too can be doing what you do and drinking and shrinking with me. You have been plugged in the famous words of Mimi. I hope you guys are ready for the toy drive on December the 19th. If you have not registered your family for the toy drive, I really want you to go ahead on and do that right now. You know why? Because the registration is open. We are excited. Elite Professional Services, they're ready to serve you guys. So come on, get it in. Let's do it, okay? Go ahead on and do what you got to do. Get signed up. And if you would like to donate, you have until December the 16th to be a wonderful donor for this amazing event. All right, you guys. So we're not going to hold up. We're not going to hold it no more longer. We're going to get right into the business. Are you guys ready to meet our guest? We have Mr. Erza Spear here today. Let me bring him on in. Hello, Mr. Ezra. How are you?
I'm doing blessed. How are you doing?
Doing wonderful. All right, you guys. Mr. Spears is here. He's the insurance guy. He's going to tell us all about it. Now, Mr. Ezra, while you're introducing yourself, I'm going to go ahead on and make sure we can like, tag, and share our friends over, okay? Go ahead.
That'll work perfect. Thank you for the wonderful introduction, Nikki. And I am happy to be here tonight. Hope everybody's having a wonderful weekend. I'm just here to really give some nuggets because, as we all know, COVID is ran rapidly. Things are changing. Health is a concern now. Plans and preparations need to be made for your loved ones because nobody really knows what the future holds. But we all know that a lot of us are not prepared for the future if something was to go south, so to speak. So I really want to take some time out to let people know that there are options out there available to them to really get that stuff that they've been putting procrastinating about taking care of, really put it in the forefront because we are about to embark on a new year and we don't need to leave this year with the same unfinished things we had carrying them things over into the next year. So I want to make sure that I at least take time out to introduce myself, let you know what we have going, how can it be a benefit to you guys.
All right, that sounds amazing. So definitely insurance is very important because as you guys know, we have so many GoFundMe's for putting our loved ones down, going rapid now. It's like the new thing. And so it's very important that the whole purpose of insurance is really explained and people are able to really see exactly what they can do to better themselves. So tell us about what is it exactly that your program, your whole entire insurance company offers that will be beneficial to families. Because one thing about it, Mr. Ezra, I can tell you, when you have those decisions making processes of whether to pay my premium for my life insurance or to, you know, pay my
Yeah,
rent
I need to pay your rent.
or
I know.
to go to the club or whatever it is that they choose to make that decision on, how does that how does your program or your company position people to that place where that won't be no more?
All right, so I understand exactly where you're coming from. I really just had this conversation 2 days ago with somebody because it comes
Okay.
down to affordability, number one. I'm not trying to put people in a situation where they're paying more for their insurance than they are their cell phone bill because you know that will happen. People look at a
Yeah.
cell phone bill and then look at the insurance bill. I'm gonna pay my cell phone bill. It means more to me. But I also want to say this that if you don't pay that small premium, when it comes down to you being buried, that price is like $15,000 to $20,000. So a lot of people don't even want to leave a whole bunch of money to their loved ones. They just want to get buried. So what I did was I got a program that I created. It is $50,000 guaranteed issue. And a lot of people are concerned because they have underlying issues they won't talk about. They're not proud of the way they've been living. So they have little things that will be disclosed when you go through the life insurance process, so they're scared. So what I, as my program is $50,000, like I said, guaranteed, $10,000 to $50,000. The average price range for a 40-year-old person is going to be less than $80. And this was,
Ooh.
yes, guaranteed issue, whole life policy, no term, no expiring, no waiting period. 40 years old,
Mm.
45 years old, less than 80. I'll say the same thing. You won't hit $100 unless you're over like 55 years old. That's when you might see $100 a month. But it's gonna be
Mm.
more affordable, and it's only 6 questions you got to answer. 6 health questions you have to answer, and that's it. And so, yes, we do have offer other insurance policies and products, and I'm a full-blown insurance agency with property and casualty and everything. But the needs of the people today is just getting some insurance, period. So I don't make
Yes.
sure that people have something which is better than nothing at all.
Right. And that's
And
important.
yes, I don't need people to rely on social media and all their followers to come donate to them. We don't need to do all that no more. It's
Yeah.
affordable. We can go ahead and take care of our business, prepare our family, and take that burden off of them. Because this COVID thing is coming to people that you thought were healthy that sometimes are, passing away or
And
are
they're
getting
saying
sick.
that the COVID is considered to be a pre-existing. So is that true now? It's now a pre-existing condition.
It is pre-existing. Let me tell you this. If you have taken a COVID test, regardless of whether it's positive or negative, they will decline your policy
Wow.
just for taking the test. I've had people who took the test, came back negative, and it was declined.
Wow. And what
There
is
are
that? Did they ever say why? Because you know that they are pushing for everyone to take the test. So why is it now that they're saying this? And I'm sure, I am very well aware that they're trying their very best to make sure that they're limiting out exactly what services that they would give. But why exactly in your insurance experience, why would they say something like
All right, so I'm not a politician, but I'm gonna get a little bit political real quick,
that?
okay?
Okay.
So you have money, and then you have insurance, right? And you
Hmm.
have people want to get tested, save the public. Sometimes saving the public is not financially beneficial. So the insurance company is taking the risk on, and they're under the impression, why are you taking the test if you're perfectly healthy? So while the government is saying go get this test done, and it was funny because I had somebody who took the test 3 days ago, applied for life insurance, after they got a negative test. The insurance company already knew. They took the test. And keep in mind, when you take that test, you're not going to a doctor's office. You're not going to see your primary care physician. So that stuff is being tracked. So you know who was taking the test and who's not taking the test. So once you
Right.
get tested, you're on the book, so to speak, and it's all this stuff is being tracked through your medical records, and that's why they're declining. They don't want to take on the risk and have them pay out two, three, $400,000 on insurance policy. So
Okay.
it's the business versus the need of the people. The need of people
So
says
how do
go
you?
get tested. Mhm.
Okay. So how does your program work to where they're avoiding? So is your program it's without a medical exam and all of your
That is
history, right?
correct. That
Okay.
is
So
correct.
how does
They
that
package
work?
it works because basically what I did was there's a product that Transamerica offers. There's an insurance company that basically you sign up and you become an employee of them. So just like it's an employee benefit when you'll get a job, well, guess what? They offer you insurance employee benefits. They don't do any medical exams.
Right.
And so because of that factor, I'm able to offer the same thing to those who call and listen to this phone call right now. Maybe offer them the same product, same process where you become an employee. You have an agreement saying that you're a non-compensated employee. So therefore, you don't have to worry about being testing positive or negative or any other underlying medical conditions to get qualified for this insurance.
Okay. So those who have medical conditions, pre-existing conditions, have taken their COVID test and they may have been negative, you have the right to
Have the
get
ability
some
to get them
insurance.
insurance. Yes, that is correct.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm not limited to the state of Texas. We go across the country. So it doesn't matter where you live. This offering is for you.
Okay. That's what I was going to ask next because we have people from all over who look at our show. And so we wanted to make sure that it's going to be a universal thing for everybody to get an opportunity, to be able to get those services. And I think that is so wonderful because again, GoFundMe is so busy. Like you got GoFundMe every time there's an RIP and then there's a GoFundMe. And I think that's just, even though we're now in the social media age, technology, and you can now put all the family business out on the front street. But I do
Mhm.
remember when families were, doing fish sales and barbecue sales, trying their very best to, get the family where they needed to be.
And let me add to
And it
that.
would take a
So
long time.
it does, but let me actually just include this as well. Like my grandmother lives with me. Okay, she's 83 years old. I pay for a policy on my grandmother. She doesn't
Mhm.
have the resources I have. So I know I'm gonna be responsible for burying her, putting her away, laying her to rest. So instead of me, I have two children. That's what I got going to college. That's expensive. And so when you deal with probate, that's gonna be 1 to 3% of the assets of her total value of her assets that I got to pay for. So I encourage people not just think about your house, but think about the ones that you can be responsible for, your parents, your grandparents. Be proactive. Get a policy on them to secure that you're not coming out of your own personal pocket. Because it's really easy to pay $50 a month versus, paying $15,000 at one time. I would much rather
Right.
pay $50 a month versus 50,000,
Yeah.
15,000 when that time does come.
And then the other part of it too is that when you are thinking of, like you said, your grandmother, and then she may have family assets and things like a home and all these other kind of
Mhm.
things. Is there like some kind of way that you do, because you do the insurance? I know that there are some insurance policies where they're able to will in those things, to make sure that the family is covered with those assets and things like that. Does your program provide something like that? Because like you can loan from your policy
Estate,
itself. So do you offer things of that such?
out for everything A to Z. So if you want to even go as far as avoiding the probate process in general,
Okay.
I have provisions with an attorney group that I work with to provide you with a trust, and with the trust, your assets will not even see the courtroom.
Mhm.
There'll be no judge involved. If you're looking for, say, people who have real estate, a lot of people don't realize that's in their personal name. They can have 5 rent properties, and their husband's the primary person dealing with it. The wife may not be, or spouse may not be, but you got to go to probate to get all those deeds transferred over into somebody else's name. So
Right.
therefore, insurance could pay for all that. Life insurance can pay for
Mm.
all of that stuff through that transition. So I tell people life insurance is multifaceted. You really can
Okay.
save yourself a lot of money and time with a little bit of premium per month compared to the cost, because your costs are really substantial.
Right. And especially when it's an opportunity and there's more programs that you're offering. Because that's one thing I can remember when my grandmother used to pay her insurance policy, the insurance man would come and he would also try his very best to introduce new different products and things that they was offering, to make her whole entire process better, right? And
Right.
so I think that is another thing because we have so many people that's that hard decision to say, oh my God, I got to make a decision between my cell phone and my insurance policy because I don't believe there's not enough education as
I
far
agree with
as
you 100%.
the important value you're looking at. I'm paying, I'm paying, I'm paying, I'm paying, I'm paying. So if you can tell the people the difference, educate on what's the difference between the whole and the term, because I know that is something that really honestly um, a lot of people really, really would need that education on because one is different in pricing, but beyond the pricing and the difference, like the benefits of that. So if you don't
All right,
mind giving us that
that's not a
information.
problem. All right, so and I agree with you 100%. There's not enough literacy out on insurance, and sometimes it's scary because I could tell people that my mechanic, for example, you could bring him a Mercedes, you could bring him a Ferrari, he could fix it, no problem. Ask him about life insurance, completely clueless on how it works. And
Right.
and most people are like that. So to keep it simple, term it expires. That's what term does. It's for a certain timeline. The max typically is 30 years. All right. Then you have your whole life policy. That's what carry you to the day you pass away. Now, the way you justify the two, and way you look to purchase one or the other, because I personally have two of them. I have a term policy through my income generating years. So while I'm working, I have a home, I got children, something happens to me, my house has to be paid off, my wife needs some money to take care of the kids. But when I'm hit 60, 70 years old, all my stuff is paid off, but I still need to be buried. So then I have a
Mhm.
whole life policy that covers that for $100,000. When I pass away, that's going to leave enough for my family. So I have 400,000 in term to cover until my house is paid off and leave my family some money. Then I have a permanent whole life policy that will carry me to the day I die. So you package them together, and that's the best way to do it because you see a lot of commercials that tell you buy term, invest the rest. But when you are by a term at 30 years old, well, at 60, you don't want to pay the price for a new policy at 60 years old. That's going to cost you at least $100 to $150 a month. Whereas, and you go into your retirement years, you really can't afford to be spending that kind of money on life insurance. Where if you buy that same policy whole life at 30, you're spending roughly 30 to 50 bucks. That's affordable.
Mhm. Affordable, very affordable, especially when, like you said, there is so many options there. You can utilize one to help benefit to the other, and
Correct.
that way you're not losing. You're not really honestly losing. You really have an opportunity to kind of gain some things and some knowledge of those type of things. Now, what happens if a family is just basically they're wanting enough to bury their family, not trying to leave so much? Because again, remember, realistically, I like to be real with my audience. I love to be really good in giving them those straight direct resources. If they can go above and beyond, do it. But if we can meet you right at the level where you are and then increase your leveling. So what is it that you can do, or what is your lowest percentage price for the basic, a
I
basic,
do
just
have
enough to get you to the ground and all those kind of things?
I do have $10,000 policies as well. $20,000
Okay.
policies as well. That guarantee issue policy I told you about is from 10,000 up to $50,000, and that's
Okay.
important because everything you just said. Some people just want to be buried. Some people are
Right.
say their early 70s, they've been playing, not really paying attention, and they realize somebody got sick. They had to come out of pocket with some money. They don't want to be that burden, so they need $20,000. I did
Mhm.
roughly, I think, a family of four. in that same age bracket, they were average policy for $20,000 was no more than $30 a month. So at $30, $40 a month, they could handle that. And so it was more so, like you said, providing options for people. It's not a scary conversation if you have it where you're above the ground and not in the hospital. It
That's
gets
true.
scary when you're in the hospital
That's
on your
it.
way to the
Yeah.
ground.
Yeah.
So
And,
I
and and
encourage
that's
people.
that's the most important part. Like you said, yes, encourage the factors of let's have this conversation where everybody's able to make good choices,
Correct.
sound decisions, and we're not waiting on the chaplain and the family to come in and make decisions because it's really disheartening. And of course, especially in the African American community, because I'm black, I've been black all my life, so I can say it true that
Hmm.
this is one of those lackings of where we don't spend that kind of importance of getting ourselves in that educational place to understand what life looked like as a total whole. We love to talk about life, but death is something we sure don't like to pass until we what? Till it's time for us to pass that way. But I think truly it's important that we do have these candid conversations and speak about the education of insurance and things of such. And really breaking it down and letting them know. I think more or less people are afraid of the things that they
Hmm.
don't know. So they usually do kind of shy away from it and they make their own decisions on it based because I don't know. So I don't use that area. I don't go in that area, like you stated earlier about your mechanic. So I really believe that that is something that's important that we get that knowledge out. So what is your plans of actually getting this whole entire movement of educating communities as a whole out and making sure that they know more about what you have created because this is a really good program.
Well, I started in the community. I wrote a book called Welcome Legacy. It's on Amazon. Just type my name in. It breaks all the stuff down in the book. And so my initial plan before COVID was to, which I started going to the churches. I'm doing a lot of conferences, speaking, talking about all this stuff that we're talking about right now. But then, of course, COVID happened. So now I'm having to jump to the social media platform and roll this out, roll the product out. A lot of shows like this to educate people, let people know it's there. As soon as COVID is, we got some handle on it, I'm going right back to this platform of speaking engagements and really is raising the financial literacy level up. Insurance is a part of it, but so is retirement, so is Social
Mhm.
Security, so is Medicaid and Medicare, how that operates. All those things are important. That's really how we live. I tell people all day long, it is easy to make money. It's hard to keep money. It's
Yeah.
very easy to make it. It's hard to keep it. And I
Mhm.
will encourage everybody listening that if you know your family has a medical history once you hit a certain age, get insurance now.
Yeah.
Don't wait till you have something that happens that is uncontrollable to you. It's not your fault. It's just sometimes we're dealt with certain cards. Get the stuff you need to get taken care of right now while it's affordable. Because there are some policies that let you skip payments. So if you do hit a hard time,
Mm.
you paid it for such a long time that you're able to skip payments. But having some coverage is better than no coverage.
Yes.
And we can always build on that. You can start with a $10,000, $20,000 policy and then increase it once your financial situation gets better. But
And that
having
was going to be
nothing,
my next question. Is there a possibility? Yes, that's my next question. Because that's,
yeah,
remember, I mean, I'm all about meeting you where you are, but I'm also
mhm,
about making sure we elevate you to where you really seriously should be so that you can get to a place and expand that mindset to say, I want to live above the standard of where the minimum is. And so, yes, definitely. So you made a good point when you said that you were utilizing now social media because social media is a big platform. It's the best marketing tool out there, period, point blank, because everybody's on social media. Everybody's doing something when it comes down to getting the word out, posting, connecting with family, everything. And so this is a really big platform for you to really seriously get connected and start. And I love the fact that you said that you were going to be going into the small segments of churches and places like that. But definitely, have you ever considered to doing some classes online, like once a week and doing like a little talk conversation or something?
I've considered it, but I need your beautiful MC skills to make that happen.
I can't play with you. I'm not gonna joke with you. No, seriously though, I really
No,
think you should though. I think you should do something like as if, once a week, something where you can just kind of have a
yeah.
conversation and just say, call it whole life, a whole life conversation with Ezra. See, I just gave you a free name. There you go.
I appreciate it. Appreciate it. No, I had a
Whole life
podcast I
with
was
Ezra.
doing
Because
before.
the thing of it is that you just stated something that was important where you're saying, I'm gonna talk about finances. I'm gonna also talk about, how they can set up their family legacy, how you can do because it's an overall conversation. It's an
It is.
overall conversation. And
It is.
it's so many like where I'm at now and where our show has grown to, we went from one place of getting awareness there. We're
Mm-hmm.
on season 3 now. And so big shouts out to everyone who has joined us. Again, you guys, I'm here with Mr. Ezra Spears, and he is telling us about insurance, giving us some knowledge and know-how. We can definitely have a great life after life too. And so we want to make sure we're like, tagging, and share this video, getting those friends and families on who may need some insurance information, some insurance advice. If you guys have questions, please drop your questions in the comments. Let us know who's on because we definitely want to be able to ask you, answer the questions that you have for our guests. And so, like
Definitely.
I was saying, Mr. Ezra, one thing about it is that we grew to the spaces where we are now. And because
Mm-hmm.
I'm on a mind thought journey and I'm on the body though journey, I'm in my health journey, getting the weight down, doing all those great things. But I've always known that there is so much more to that health journey. And of course, the importance of having your ducks in a row whenever you are really seriously transforming and transitioning anywhere in your life, right? Because everyone has had a near death experiences of some type.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, if you go to church and get a good sermon one good Sunday and the pastor talking real good about hell, you kind of get the nervous enough to saying, okay, do I have some insurance to go to hell? You just
Yeah.
start asking these kind of questions, like, am I even insured for me to close my eyes for my family? So it's all those kind of things that you put into place where you really want to make sure that you're really pushing that kind of information forward. So that's important. I think that's amazing that you will have a show that can talk about these things because
Yeah.
financial literacy is important too.
It is. It is. A lot of people, even though with the small business loans and things of that nature, with PPP loans for all that stuff, I have a lot of people get money. That
Yeah.
helping them process their stuff, getting taken care of for them because they're my clients anyway. But a lot of
Right.
people just don't know. They went to the bank trying to get help, and the bank didn't give them anything. A
Yeah.
lot of people just they're good-hearted people. They just don't know this side of the life. So
Yeah.
yes, it is my passion. My passion is actually financial literacy and teaching
Okay.
people, helping them understand money. Insurance is something that is needed, that is misunderstood. That's why I even jumped into it, started dealing with it anyway, period. But helping you understand your money, how to get to point A to point B. Because we weren't
Yeah.
born with no silver spoons. I got stories of my childhood make me want to cry. But I knew the only way for me to get it right is get some money.
Right. Exactly. I mean, and you know what? That's pretty much everybody's story. It's like I was not born with it. I'm getting there. I'm doing what I got to do. I'm elevating there, and of course, everyone is there in that portion of their story. But to really seriously have someone to talk to you about, okay, this is how you take your $5 and you grow it to this. I think
Yeah,
that that's another thing. Like I said, that is something that's very important that we do have these kind of candid conversations because you need to have them. Candid
you do, and they're
conversations
not
about
happening.
money, we're not having them.
Yeah,
We're not having
no, we're
enough
not.
of them. We have. I'll tell you how we having them. The big gold chain, and they riding down the street in the Maserati, and somebody bumping in the back, and that's the most on financial
the the,
money
the,
we
the
have.
sale the sale at Macy's, the next new club is open, all the above. But I tell
Yeah.
people it's not really about that. I mean, it's fun, but you have a purpose for your life. You must define
Yes.
your purpose for your life, and then you got to figure out how to finance that purpose. So it
Yeah.
goes hand in hand. So
Especially if
whatever
you
your
want to
goal,
live, if you want to live a great life like that.
oh, all day long. And so I
Yeah.
mean, I have this conversation so much. It's my favorite conversation to have with people because people want to know, but it's a trust issue. We all been burnt. If you're African American, you've been burnt. Period.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's hard to find people you could trust. But the reason why I want to come on this show is just it really just had this conversation with me and you, and they could chime in if they want to, but just be free. This is
Yeah.
non-judgment. So
Yeah.
you could hide, you just say, you go talk, but it's a conversation that people are listening into because they want to get better, they want to improve,
Absolutely.
and
But not only
nobody.
that too, not only that too, remember when you didn't put on the mask of facades of, I got it all together because, I got my lipstick, I got my neck, baby, I'm so
Hmm.
fancy, honey. And you see my following and you see me rolling here and I'm going to Steak 48 and I'm going there and I know you see my trips, right? And you're like, I bet your portfolio jacked up. You don't even have
Hey,
one.
listen, I tell my single guys, you want to find out about a woman, see her bank statement. I said everything you need to know. That's telling me everything, and that's
That's
with
the
any
truth.
person in general. Let me see that bank statement. Forget the credit report. Let me see the bank
Yeah.
statement. That tell you all your
Let me see
bags.
what you got going on. Yeah, let me see your
Exactly.
money. Exactly.
Exactly.
And that's a conversation. That is an uncomfortable conversation. It's like, what am I supposed to do? I never forget years ago when I first learned out about a budget and my aunt taught me about a budget and she was like, this ain't no budget. Take that back. And I was like, yes, it is. She's like, girl, ain't no savings on there. And I was like, huh? She's like, yeah, you need to be saving something. I was like, I can't be saving because all my money I budgeted in. She's like, okay, well, all this
You
you
gotta pay
got in
yourself first.
miscellaneous. She's
Yeah.
like, anything you got in miscellaneous and left over, put it over there. And I was like, so when we had that tough conversation about pulling it apart, and I was like, oh, I don't want to have that conversation, man, with you about my money like that. But
Let me
I
tell you.
love her for it.
Let me tell you
Yeah.
this real story. All right, this is a husband and wife story. It's my story, right? So me and my wife, we like to go out to eat. All right, that's what we do.
Okay.
When we was dating, we would be bored at home. Let's go to the mall. We had money, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you want those shoes? You want this? It's because we used to go buy it, right?
Yeah.
And then something happened. I deal with retirement accounts and manage people money all the time, right? That's what I've been doing for like 5 years. So I went to
Okay.
a young couple I met. They were saving $600 a month, and they didn't make as much money as me and my wife did. I got home. I was so mad at my wife. Like, how they making saving $600 a month? We make twice what they make, and we ain't saving nothing. And
Right.
so I
Right.
told her.
Exactly. Exactly.
I
Good and
said,
embarrassed,
"Listen,
like,
I was upset. I told her I'm gonna start saving $100 a paycheck.
yeah.
I get paid 6 times a month in my house, me and my wife.
Right.
So I started saving $100 a paycheck, $600 a month. Okay,
Yeah.
600 times 12 months is $7,200.
Yes.
Take that times 10 years is $70,000.
Yes.
It's $100 a month.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I did that for and my wife when I told her I was gonna do that, she was mad. She said, "You went from saving nothing to $100. Like that's too
Yeah.
much money." And
Yeah.
then 8 months go by, my AC went out in my house, and
Mm.
I told her it was gonna cost like I think $4,000 or $5,000 to get it fixed. She goes upset. We got to put that on a credit card. I was like, "Hey, remember I told you I was saving $100 a month?" Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we got the money already. I'm just telling you what the situation is. And
Yeah.
look, thought I was a genius.
Yeah, exactly. Look, you don't want you some brownie points and everything. It's
I
like,
did all the
yeah,
above. Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Because again, I mean, at that point, it was uncomfortable for her. Like you said,
Right.
it was uncomfortable because you went from cold turkey, you went from splashing to cold turkey. No, we're not doing it. Here it is, $100. She's
Not doing
like,
none of
wait,
that.
let's do five, sir. Start out with a
No, I need that
dollar.
whole
Don't
hundred.
do that. Build up to it. Come on now. But you went
Uh-uh.
straight into it like, no, Bumpy, we just gonna go ahead on and get the
I
100.
can't
She's
do it
like,
like that.
start
Can't
with
do it
50
like that.
cents, sir. So that's how I was with my aunt. Can I do 50 cents? She's like, no. It's like,
Nah,
oh,
man, once wanted to eat every Friday night. It was a Friday date, family date night. I spent a hundred
Kim
dollars
from
on
the West
food.
Side said, smart man. That's right,
Thank you.
Kim.
I appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I
definitely.
was
And,
looking.
and it really makes sense. It makes a lot of sense because again, as well as I know, when you are purchasing homes and all these are wonderful things, you're excited about it, but then they hit you with this for some apparent reason. These crazy warranties don't
Mm-hmm.
stay long. They go
Nope.
out and you be like,
Yep.
I just got the house yesterday. And they like, yeah, the warranty was out. It was out the day you bought it. But
Yep.
you had the money there. And I think that's one of the things that, um, as a race, African Americans and other races that are suffering with finances, and I'm saying culturally wise, period. If you are having issues with saving your money to that degree, then yes, it is a place where you're like in that uncomfortable seating. So if an emergency happens, you can't meet that emergency need, you know.
Everybody goes to credit
Um,
card.
gotta
Everybody's going
use a
straight to the
credit card.
credit card.
Or you
Yep.
gotta borrow. Or you gotta, you gotta
Hmm.
beg and wait and sit around. I was talking to a mechanic and he was saying, I was like, why do you have all these cards? And he's like, because this is all people, hey, H.E.R. He's like, this is all of what people have going on when it comes down to
Can't
wait,
make that
these
payment.
cars on layaway. And I'm like, some of them got a lot of dust on them. How long they gonna be in your layaway? But that's life. I'm like, do
It
they
is.
do they even know this car is still here? It's like, yeah, they still know. They come by every now and then and drop $20. Sir, you're gonna need a better layaway plan than this.
They do. Let me add to it like this too, because I know a lot of people buy homes. They're homeowners, right? But I want
Uh-huh.
everybody to think about it. When they were in the process of buying their home, they had to
Okay.
save money for that down payment. They had to pay bills off. They do all those things, right? I was one of them. I had to clear my credit. I had to clear like $25,000 in debt to get current on all my stuff. It took me 6 months to
Mm-hmm.
do it, right? But then once I
Uh-huh.
bought the house, guess what happened? I went back to the mall. I went back
Oh,
to eating out there. I
oh.
had I had the discipline to get the stuff done when I needed to, but once I got it done, I went back to the old lifestyle. I'm like, hold on, I had to,
But it tells you that shows you that you're disciplined to do what you need to do.
yeah. And but a lot of people who are who's the same like me, they did all that grinding to get their house to buy
Yeah.
their house, right? Then they sacrificed. They didn't go out to eat. They didn't go buy no stuff, anything, right? But then as soon as they closed,
Oh
they
yeah.
bought more furniture and buy
Oh yeah.
more stuff and have the
Oh
housewarming
yeah.
party and they funded everything. A housewarming party supposed to bring you people bring you gifts, not you go buy them gifts. It's backwards.
Ezra,
But
that's still, maybe you can answer the question. Oh my God, that is the question of my day. Why do we have to buy gifts for people when they come to our party? I just don't
I have
understand it.
me neither. I had no idea. If I pay for the venue, y'all should be bringing me some stuff. Thank you. That's it.
That's what I'm
That's it.
saying. So yeah, you're making a lot of sense because again, you do, and a lot of it is really, really, truly. It's like I just want to put on for the people. A lot
Hmm.
of things that we do as a culture, we do these things because we want to put on for people. We want to show up for people. And if we were to just leave out all of that trying to put on, be famous, be seen, and all this extra stuff, impressing things, I believe we really could get further, especially when it comes down to telling exactly what it is that your money look like. Like for prom season. Now pray for me because I have a senior
I
and
will.
he gonna want everything, Lord Jesus. He thinks he's supposed to have everything underneath the sun. But I'm not willing to go broke to rent you a Rolls Royce. That's
Oh, you
ignorant
should,
to
and
me.
you shouldn't. I agree 100%. I do agree 100%.
No, no. Not when I pay a good car note and you can ride in what I have. And then I
Oh
have
yeah.
some friends that have nice cars. We can do that. I'm
But here,
fortunate and
look.
blessed to have people who have those kind of cars. But what about that mom, that dad that's trying to put on the facade?
Again, and I'm gonna say this because if you make a certain dollar amount, and this
She
is
said I
not
have
right
two
or
as well.
wrong,
You have
but
twins, Angela, going to prom. Oh, Jesus.
I'm gonna pray for you, baby. I'm gonna pray for you. You have to take a line of credit out just to get them to prom.
She said
But
I need to. She said I need a consistent. Yeah,
yeah,
really.
but and really, I hope they do go to college. I hope they have scholarships. I'm gonna pray for you
Yeah,
on the back end that you raise them well and they're gonna be able to give back
yeah,
to the
yeah.
household because a lot of kids you do all this stuff and they run and you don't hear from them again or they come back when they have a family, whether it be on time or too early. But I'm
Right.
gonna pray for you regardless.
Yeah,
Um,
I've been blessed. I've really been blessed that my children's tuition has been paid way before they even got to that age and everything, and so I thank God for that. Um, but it's just other
It's a
families who
lot.
are really serious, because I work in a community, and these parents, they will, oh my God, they'll beg for everything that they need, but they gonna buy everything that they want. And I see it each year where you have parents who are stressing out to go and get the car, go and get these suits and these shoes. Because children ain't going to ask woman wear to get no suits no more. Back in the day, girls ain't going down there to the little bridal store and getting a little dress. No, 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 no. Everything is custom made. A little piece of napkin is custom made. A little napkin. It's the dress. You see my dress? And it costs and it
Yeah,
costs
that's
seven thousand dollars.
$500. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I understand. Yeah, I understand.
And you're
But you
like,
know,
where your dress at, baby? What did you get? Yeah.
I'm gonna tell people you gotta, and I'm a big proponent of this. When I was a child, my stepdad died, and when he
Okay.
died, my family, my mom sued the company, and we had to come up like the Wheezies and Jefferson. It was like that kind of situation.
Uh-huh.
But that challenged my. We started traveling outside of the state limits. I started
Yeah.
seeing more, that exposure more, and so I would tell people, like, say, when we could go to concerts, people was go and charge credit cards on $100 ticket to a concert. They say nosebleed. Like if I go to a concert, I got a policy. It's the first 10 rows only. It's the if it ain't the first 10 rows, I ain't going. But the reason why I say that, it sounds crazy, but I have to save money to get to that first 10 rows. So if I don't go to that concert, well, guess what? I still got the same $500 in my bank account.
Because
So it's
from
one of
from
those.
when I saw people all the way up at the top of the NRG, I was like, oh, the only time I'm up here is when I'm in the suites. I don't know nothing about this. How y'all up here?
Exactly. Can't see nothing.
And then be and up there is $400. I'm like, y'all, baby, I don't even see. And you got folks buying outfits and all those kind of things, and it's
They
like,
said the nosebleed. You buy an outfit so everybody can see you walk all the way up the stairs, and because you ain't seen no concert, you can't see nothing but little bitty ants on the stage.
you,
So
you paid $500 to go look at TV.
exactly. So I tell people when you save your money to do those things, treat yourself. Don't be your treat be some shoes. Don't let your treat be some doggone person. Let your treat be a treat. Get an experience. I tell my people
Go and travel. That's it.
exactly. I tell people like, they ask me about my birthday's in September. So I had some friends of
Okay.
mine ask me, what are you doing for your birthday in September? I said, if you want to hang out with me for my birthday, you're gonna meet me at the airport. You gotta meet me at the airport. I don't do no local stuff for my birthday. I'm gonna be out of town
Yeah.
somewhere. And so
Yeah.
they started laughing, telling me you crazy. No, it's the truth. If you're gonna go do it, do it. Don't
And
halfway
that's what I
that.
used to tell my friend. Yeah, I used
Yeah,
to tell them that in April. I party from the 1st to the 15th in April. And on my actual birthday, I would be out of town. Like I have to
yeah,
wake up in a whole nother city, state, or somewhere. And so that's what I
right.
used to do, and then I slowed it down. I came down from it. I was like, okay, that was pre-kids when I used to do it. And then
Yeah,
I'm kind of getting back there now. Now that this baby is about to go out the door, I'm gonna be changing zip codes and area codes and country lines again because I miss it. But one thing for sure is that if you don't put some type of standard in place, and
right,
really seriously, like you said, treat yourself to a place where you can enjoy those moments. You can enjoy
right.
that really serious place, and you can really get more for what it is that you're giving yourself.
And pay cash when you go. Pay cash when you go. Don't do
Yeah,
that credit card stuff. The goal is to save the money to buy for cash. But
yeah.
like there again, it is the discipline to build to that point. Because guess what? If you don't take the trip, you still have the money saved. But
So
it,
what is your take on actual utilization of credit cards?
emergencies.
Okay.
If you have a business, I do believe if you are trying to build your business, it's okay to use credit as long as that credit is not personally tied to you. Because in
Okay.
business, when you start your own business, you have those expenses, but you're also trying to pay your bills and your household. You don't want to really take one from the other and start sacrificing your personal household for your business. So I do think, depending on what kind of business you have, there's value in a business credit card to really separate your expenses. Personal wise, just have one. I mean, you can have one. People leave in points and stuff like that. my wife and I, we have a Southwest Airlines credit card for
Yes.
points accumulation. That's how we've been going on our flights. But if it's
Yeah.
just to be good, now let me tell you this: the
And you should
department
be
store.
taking advantage of all them flights right now because them flights $30 now.
Oh, I just came back from Orlando last week or 2 weeks ago, so I'm
Yep.
100% full aware with that. But I want to tell you this as well: do not get department store credit cards.
Mm.
If a credit card is for an emergency, there's no emergency at Macy's. There's not emergency at Macy's. There's not no one at Spandor, the makeup store. There's no
What?
one at Sunglass Hut. There's no emergency there. There's no emergency at
What?
Home Depot, Lowe's, or any place else.
What?
At the department
Wait.
store, if you
There
have
are
a department,
emergencies at Lane Bryant. Don't say that.
no, they're funerals, and they ain't gonna care about what you wear in your funeral, in your casket. That's it.
Wow. So you
That's
guys
it.
heard that? There is not emergencies in department stores. There's
There's
only
not.
emergencies in the actual credit card companies and not emergency stores. Okay.
Now
Okay,
I'm
I
gonna drop
get it.
some real knowledge on you real quick. I'm gonna say this slow, so I
Okay.
want you to catch this. When you go to a store, and I'm gonna use
Okay.
the one my personal experience of Macy's. I'm not bashing Macy's or anything
Okay.
like that. Macy's cool. I like Macy's, but they asked me, do I
Angela
want
Moore
to
say Angela Moore say her mama need to hear this.
open? It's recorded.
Say it to
Go
your
ahead,
mama,
share it.
Angela.
Go ahead, share it. Go ahead, share it.
You're going to share
Now,
it so your mom can hear it.
now, hear me clearly on this one, people. When you go to a store, a department store, they offer you a 10% off your purchase for opening a credit card. I want to explain something to you. That 10% is off the purchase price of the item. Once you buy that item, they will take 10% off the item. They're then going to turn around and charge you in Texas 8.25% tax on that purchase. So you're only getting a discount of 1.75%. So you went and hit your credit, got a credit card for 1.75% off that item. Now,
Mm-hmm.
in order for you to get that 1.75% off the item, you must pay that credit card off in 30 days. Because if you do not pay off in 30 days, well, guess what? Your interest rate is going to be like 25%. So you're going to be assessed 25% on that
Yeah.
1.75% discount you just got. And
Ooh.
so imagine you spend a $20 shirt, which you did to yourself, and that interest rate is going to compound daily. Credit card interest compounds daily. So
Wow.
those credit cards at the department stores that's not for no emergency are going to
Ooh.
really mess you up. So I want you to understand when they say give me 10%, they track me, do I want to put a credit card up? I say I got cash. And as
I
soon as y'all
got
start taking cash, don't even worry about it. I'm in the wrong
yeah.
store. Cash is
Wow.
always
Oh
king.
my goodness. And so that's the truth. It is the truth.
It
I
is.
tell my friends all the time, they are trying to get you back in the taxes.
They do.
Because there's
Taxes
no
and
way. Oh, you gonna get this 5% off. That's not no Lady Hale say that's good information. Absolutely. Great information. Absolutely, Lady Hale. Because that's a gimmick. That's a gimmick. Discover told my life. Let me tell you my story. I was at the wonderful Texas Southern University. Go Tigers. I was there, a student in the student union with my friends, and Discover had a table
uh-huh.
with some little forms on it and a t-shirt. And I
Yep.
wanted a black Discover t-shirt. Because me and my friends want to wear our shirt on Friday.
Hey,
Well,
look,
I
I got one
discovered
too. I got one too.
you know where I'm going with this, right?
I
So
already
I
know.
discovered my life was just going down in the drain because they turned around and gave me $2,000. A college student,
Mhm.
18, with $2,000, no children, no responsibility,
Yep.
was not a good idea.
Yep. I understand.
And
Look,
then I was started off good, got my little financial aid check, paid it off. They upped my limit a little more. They gave me another $2,000. I was like, oh, And it was right on time because it was spring break and we was going to Cancun, Mexico.
There you go.
And let me just say, after that, I don't know what happened. That $4,000 limit went somewhere, and I don't know what happened. But I know
you in
Discover tore
Cancun.
my whole life up.
Yeah, you had peso. You thought you was charging pesos instead of dollars. That's what happened.
No, I had to buy. No, these are the pre-clothes.
Oh,
These
but
are the clothes to
pre-clothes.
get there. I had to. Southwest. Remember they used to have the bags fly free. You can get up to
Yeah,
3 bags at that time. And plus a
yeah.
carry. So and
Uh-huh.
then your friends, we used to work together because the boys would go with us, Ezra, and they don't pack a lot. So we used to pack their
Hmm.
clothes up, our clothes. Oh, we was all a team, and we all discovered our credit got bad that whole entire spring break.
Yeah.
We came back to the States broke.
Yeah, look. They call this car Discover for a reason. You discover how bad it is.
And I got the
Surprise.
T-shirt, and I was like, right now to this day, when I see Discover anywhere on a college campus, I go to the table. Y'all are the devil. Leave these children alone.
Yep.
Yeah. And I
It's
think that
bad.
it's important that parents do tell their children the truth about that, that
Mhm.
that's not a good idea. So
Yeah.
what is it that I know you said that you were going to go into churches and everything. Have you thought about doing it with youth programs in schools, high schools, especially in high schools?
I have done that in the past. COVID kind of
Okay.
killed all the group gatherings, but as soon as
Okay.
it all, because I think HID called me last week about a mentorship program that they have there. I was going
Oh,
to
yeah.
be involved with them, as I was with them prior to all this COVID stuff. They had reached out to me about it then. But this, like I
Okay.
said, this is how we're going to change our generation and our culture. We have to be
Yeah.
aware of how money works and how it moves. And like I said, this is my passion. So it's more so just getting it out there because um, I tell people all day long, you can raise the best, your child to be the best child that you could possibly raise, you hope for,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Marry the wrong woman or the wrong man. All your hard work is gone. So you can't sit there and be like, I did my job in raising my child. Because
Listen,
that
I
X
got a kid
factor,
that said that she was going to be a veterinarian all her life. She in nail school. I love my baby, but she in nail school. Let me just say,
yeah. So
nail school.
yeah, you gotta have this conversation with your kids so they can set the expectation for themselves and their life, but not only their life, but their person they're gonna want to be with. Because a
Yes,
knucklehead don't work. So you must
nail
so
school. All I can keep saying nail school. Every time I think about it, nail school.
yeah, I know it's not what you expected, but look, she loves you, you love her, right?
I love
Just
her. I do, but she in nail school.
I'm nice
And school
manicure.
was paid for. That's the crazy part. I was like, that's fine. Thank God to your godparents. One godfather's amazing. He put it up, said, we'll wait for her. Whenever she gets, I
Oh,
said, well, you can always buy a nail salon. Pray for him because he going through it. It just broke his little heart. We were going for a veterinarian nail school. Nail
yeah,
school, baby, nail school. just,
yeah. I mean, it
just
saved you
go
some
with her.
money. You got what $20,000 and that's it. That's I mean, you save some money. That's for a 1 year
Right,
program.
right.
But
That's true.
the future of that profession is not really unless you, like I said, go own your own salon. But you know, I'll pray for you on that one. I'm gonna pray for you.
Pray for me there too.
I'm gonna
Put
pray.
that on the
Yeah, I'm gonna
list
pray.
too. Nail school.
Nail
Yeah, but
school,
I really
exactly.
do believe that that would be a really good program, especially when these times open back up. But of
Hmm.
course, social media, you can really start, and I think that would be a really good thing if you just go head on and start building that audience now. So when you do open up, people are like ready to come. I really honestly do understand that COVID came in and changed some things, but it really has helped us all. Why? Because you got people sitting and they
Right.
are like, we're 3 seasons in now. But the first season, thank God, we had a really big push of getting it done because we were originally on radio. But I started filming, live as I was there in the studio. So then people started saying, well, why don't you just do it on your actual page? And I was like, okay, cool, no problem. But just imagine that person who really seriously they didn't have no one, you know, no one to come on, nobody to see them, and they're trying to go out and do a program now that we have this COVID problem, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is the perfect time for you, Miss Ezra, to get in, get your program started online, let everybody see it. Come on and teach us about this good money. Whole talks about money and all the ways we can better our lives and get our community to a better place. So tell the people your information. How can they find you? Where you located? How can they get some more information? Miss Angela said she needs some information for her mama. So how can her mama get to talk to you? And also, how can they get more information about those quotes for their insurance policies and everything?
I'm gonna give you my telephone number right now. It's 1-800-693-9620. That's 1-800-693-9620. You can text that number, call that number, all the above. If you want information about the insurance quote itself, just text me your email address and your birthday. Let me tell you how the policy works. It's real simple. Text me your birthday and your email address. I want to text you back the price, and then I'm going to also the application is 100% electronic, so it doesn't matter where you are in the country. I'm just going to email you a DocuSign link to complete the application just like that. It's really simple. 6 medical questions along with your personal information. You know the general stuff, name, address, so on and so forth. But it's a real simple process. I also do a lot of consultation work. So if you want to just call me and just be a sounding board for you, feel free to pick the phone up. I always answer my phone. My wife gets mad at me. I'm always on the phone, but hey, it's what I do for a living. So get used to it. It's what I had to tell her. But yes, definitely just reach out to me. All my social media stuff is all that stuff is in the works. KSI Life is my website. So it's ksilife.com, as well as it's gonna be my Facebook page as well as me on KSI Life. All that stuff is being put together now. So all this stuff is going to go live. I already had the presentation written, the books written, all that stuff is ready to go. So to your point about the social media training classes, things of that nature, all the content's been done already. So now it's just more so the implementation stages, getting the camera, getting the audience, doing cameos, letting people know that's going to be coming out real soon. Because it is coming.
Good. Yeah, they're gonna enjoy it. It's gonna be fun, because
Yeah.
again, talking about money, and everybody always wants to know how to make the money, but I like what you said, keeping it, making the money, but keeping the money, making sure
Mm-hmm.
that you have it, it's available, you're keeping it, and also that you can move to the next level and doing what you need to do.
Correct.
Because that's
100%.
important. That's
It
very
is. It
important
is.
that you really do, have that consistency of the flow and everything. Are there business opportunities in this?
Oh, yes, there is. Yes, there is. And all that stuff. For if you want an opportunity, if you want to learn more, you want to basically build your own empire, definitely call me and let's talk about where you are right now and where you want to go. Because I do a lot of business consultation as well as personal development of my own agency, my own team, so on and so forth. So it really is a situation where I tell people, as long as you think or know your better days are ahead of you and not behind you, I can work with you. You must understand your better days are ahead of you and not behind you. So long as that's your attitude, we can work it out. So it really is about basically I can't do this by myself. You can't do your sword by yourself. It takes a village. So if we're like-minded and we had the same passion to help and we establish, okay, this is what our roles are, let's go get a job done. I'm a team
Yeah.
player.
And that's important. And so, you guys, there are opportunities there because we always like to make sure that you guys know the overall of what our guests have to offer, how they can be a blessing to you, how they can make things much better, and also the consistency there. Again, insurance is important. Family is important. Insurance is important. Who wants their loved ones to be down and out at that time? So give me that number. I'm going to put it in the chat. What's the number again?
1-800-693-9620.
Right? And they can call you. Now, you guys, Mr. Ezra is married to the ladies who are going to be trying to call. Mr. Ezra has a sweet Miss Ezra, and we don't want Miss Spears to be all up on y'all. So don't be trying to give the little brother who's a little
Hey,
chocolate
look,
brother
look,
with the
look.
bald head on
Divorces
the
are,
show.
are, are too expensive. I ain't going through all that. So I ain't leaving my wife. A divorce is too expensive. I ain't work this hard to give it up half of the way. I promise you
He
that.
say divorce. Okay, divorce is expensive. Believe me, it is. And
And I'm not
especially
saying
when
pay
you
no
got
child
some
support.
money to be spent and broke down. And hey, everybody
Look,
can't
I'm
come
not
on
paying
one
any child
accord when it
support at
comes down to
all.
giving away the money. Yeah,
Yep, I
but
don't pay child support.
it's so
Yep.
much better to just keep your love on your love. Love is love, and again, this single life, ain't nobody doing it right now. Don't nobody want that. Let it be. Let it be. It ain't what it used to be. I'll say that there. This whole single life has gotten a complicated situation and all this stuff. So, do you have anything else you need to say to the people? Any closing remarks? Close them out. Let them know how amazing everything was, and again, just inspire somebody.
I want to say thank you for one, let me be on your show, number one. Thank you for that.
Thanks for coming.
And for the people out there listening, I really want you to know that yes, family is important. You are important, but everything in your family, you are the nucleus to your family. So you must take care of you first and build from there. Because if you are the leader of your family, or if you want to be the leader of your community, you got to take care of your personal affairs first. And then from there, you get the sky's the limit. And like I said before, as long as you are aware that your better days are ahead of you, not behind you, you have all the opportunity in the world. So don't let one bad day stop your flow or discourage you. Just let it know you got another one coming, and put that energy and effort to that next day.
That's good there.
Thank you very
That's
much.
good. That's good. Now, did you want to send a shout out to your wife, the children? Because you say you had kids, right?
I have a 9 and a 7 year old.
Oh, bless your heart. You still
Oh,
on the
they,
road. Are you gonna have
yeah.
more?
Oh no, no. I got a boy and a girl. I'm done. God blessed me with a boy and a girl. As soon as you said I
The
was done, I said
American
I'm done,
dream.
God.
There it is.
That's it. That's it.
There
Hit
it is.
my white picket fence and call it one.
Yeah, get a puppy. Get puppies and all those other little fuzzy things if you just gotta have some more children. Yeah,
I don't none
definitely.
of the above. I'm happy.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
So we're super excited about it. Thank you again, Mr. Ezra, for coming on. And we do
no problem.
appreciate you. And we're gonna go ahead and let you go with your evening. Thanks again so much. And
Thank
we're gonna
you.
wait on Uncle Donald. So pray
All
for us.
right.
Stay with us, keep watching, and we're gonna wait on Uncle Donald, okay?
All right. Y'all have a good night
Thank you.
and blessed
Thanks for
week.
coming on. All right, you guys. I hope y'all enjoyed Mr. Ezra. We really did enjoy the opportunity to talk about those amazing programs. So, you guys, insurance is important. Y'all know we've been talking about insurance and life and making sure things are well. We've been educating you guys all season long. And yes, that's just another amazing opportunity for us to get the music going and flowing really good. I said music because music is truly, honestly, a lifestyle that flows well. And so, talking about our health, talking about our families, talking about the good, and all these kind of things is very important. Now, I know y'all are waiting on Uncle Don. Go ahead on like, tag, and share the video. We're waiting on Uncle Don. Uncle Don is going to show up, and he's going to best believe he's going to show up. So we're expecting and excited about that. But again, if you want to stay connected to our guest tonight, Mr. Ezra, and get some insurance and also talk to him about some of those amazing financial literacy programs that he has, you definitely can make sure that you call him at 1-800-693-9620. I'm super excited about that opportunity to definitely connect with him and really, really get his information out to the people because we definitely need to stop these GoFunds. We need to stop making sure that we are GoFunding folks and do more or less of getting ourselves together, getting our finances together, getting our families together, and putting information into place so that, again, everyone can have it. Like, we should have talked more about a wheel. So I'm going to get Mr. Ezra back here again because we need to talk about wheels and having our final words and making sure people understand what we're going to be doing with our families once they're gone. That's one of the big things that we have in a lot of families where people fight over assets. People fight over the family house. People fight over mama's car and all these other kind of things. And you really seriously are sitting there like, why? Why are we fighting? Why are we fussing? Why are we constantly and consistently having this conversation about some things? But if we're already putting ourselves in place and if we've already positioned ourselves, that's right, Angela Moore, if we've already positioned ourselves to get to the best place and do what we got to do and really seriously make sure we have our families together, we don't have that as an issue. So that's one of the things that I definitely, think is important, that we do start having these kind of conversations with our family members and letting them know that, okay, this is where I'm at with this. This is my issue. This is my problem. This is where we are. And really seriously, this is what we need to put in place. Do you know what will happen if you pass today? Do you know exactly what will happen with, if some, not you, but a family member? And even yourself too. Have you set up the whole entire process of what your children should do, what everyone should do, and everything? So I do really believe that this is a time that we should have these kind of conversations and really seriously invest in communicating to that degree and saying, okay, this is what I got going on. This is where I'm at. This is what I'm faced with. These are my moments. This is my minute. This is my second. This is everything. And making sure that it's all able to come together. Because one thing for sure that I definitely do know is that if you don't have your ducks in a row when it's time to say goodbye, you could very much well miss that mark, and you really seriously can just mess up a whole lot of stuff. Yeah, you're not going to be worried about it because you're going to be gone to your final resting place, but just the burdens of that being left to your family. We always talk about giving my flowers while I'm yet living. Well, one of the ways you can give your family flowers and you can give yourself the flowers by making sure you got everything put in place. And this is not just a conversation for you. This is for me too, because there are some things that I needed to change around and to put into place that I started out saying, okay, I'm not leaving nobody no kind of money. I ain't leaving nobody. She said, yep, because it cause confusion. Yes, ma'am, it does. And I'm not leaving nobody no money. Well, I have a different change of heart because at this point now, I want to be able to leave somebody something, you know, and I may not be leaving them a whole lot of something, but I do want to be able to leave them enough where they can definitely, get to the next place and do whatever it is that they need to do. So you guys have these difficult conversations with your family members and really seriously push up to that level and say, I cannot no longer sit to a place where I don't have what I need to be able to make it to that next place. And that is very important that you do have what you need. Because again, these GoFundMe pages, they come up every day. They're always coming up. And whenever especially when you're in the community and you're talking to persons who are having these kind of issues and they're like, I just been trying, Miss Nikki. I get that all the time when I'm helping families and I'm talking with them and they're like, Miss Nikki, I've been trying to talk to my family about getting something from my brother or my cousin or whomever is out there living that wild life. This goes out to my D boys and all my boys in the street, all my hood boys. Y'all need to make sure that y'all are going to utilize Mr. Ezra's services so that you can get you a $10,000 policy. For just $20, you spend $20 doing so much more. So get you a policy so that your family won't be crying and shaking cups at the same time. It's hard to cry and grieve when you don't have what you need in place to put your family members down. Pre-needs, that's something else too. You can go to your local funeral services, so funeral homes, and set up a pre-need. Some kind of way, get the information that you need to be able to put yourself in the ground properly. And also, if you got a loved one, this is something that I tell people all the time too. If you got that loved one that's out there doing their life, they living life to the fullest, they not living responsibly, they living reckless or outside of the normal every day that they should be putting in place and living, then you would definitely want to make sure that you are encouraging them to get what's necessary and needed and pushing them and promoting them to that place to where they can get what they need. Because that's important. It's very, very, very important that you give them what they need. Why? Because when things go south, and y'all know, when you live a fast life, when you're doing all these crazy things, you living your life to this degree, you all over the place and all this kind of stuff going on. That's what you're faced with. You're faced with those kind of adversities, and you are really seriously setting yourself up for a place where it's like, I just don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know how we're gonna get through this. But when you really seriously are putting yourself in position to where you're like, okay, I can really honestly make it through. I can really honestly get to the next place. I can really honestly get to the next level. I think it's very important that we really seriously do have these, like I said, candid conversations with those family members and really seriously put something in place. I know a friend of mine who her nephew, he's in the world, he's doing his thing, he's living his best life, but she tells him each and every month, I need you to bring me $40. I need you to bring me $40. I need you to bring me $40. So she's taking that $40, she's put it towards a policy. So I hope that my friend was watching tonight because you could probably get some more cousins and family members in there with Mr. Ezra and get everything that's necessarily needed because we definitely, you guys, we got to get our families to a place to where they understand the importance of really seriously living their best lives, but yet living a life to where you're not in that place where you're going to miss out. Because we don't want you to miss out. Nobody wants anybody to miss out. Missing out. You want to be able to pass on and feel good and comfortable with knowing, even though my cousin's not here, even though my brother's not here, I don't have to worry because God is taking care of them. But not only that, too, they taking care of their business. And they took care of their business. It's hard, it's hard, it's hard, it's hard. It's hard to cry and shake a cup. But why not give your parents, your families, and everybody around you, give them the pleasure of knowing that this has been a tough one, this has been rough, but you know what? They have something that we can lean and depend on. They have something that we can really seriously see. They have something that we can make it through. And it is, like I say, it's a difficult conversation. It's a tough one. It's a conversation that nobody wants to have. Life, we can talk about it. Oh, come on now. If I'm on here, like we have, I see 3 people on here. Life conversation. Come on, let's talk about life. But we're talking about an uncomfortable conversation. And that is, we're talking about death. We're talking about the possibilities of. We're talking about finances. But here's the thing, like Mr. Ezra says, talking about money should not be a scary thing. It should really be something that we should embrace and we should be willing to do it and we should be ready to go to the next level with it. And we should really honestly get ourselves to that place because it's something that we need. I tell people all the time, baby, I may not have no money to the surface. I may not have no money right now. But baby, guess what? I promise you, I got some money when I close my eyes. You know why? Because I have positioned myself with that. I have said, okay, let me do this. 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 So now my mindset is, okay, let me move beyond just saying I got money while I'm in the ground. Let me get money on top of the ground. But because my grandparents taught me a long time ago, okay, Nikki, make sure you got this, make sure you got that, make sure you're doing this, make sure you're doing that, make sure you got these ducks in a row, make sure you got this in a row, make sure you're doing this. Do you have this? Do you have this? Do you have this? Are you doing this? Are you doing this? What's up? You got this? You got this? Yeah. And that's old teaching. And I know I'm not the only one that has experienced that. There are more who have been in a position where you're telling your grandparents, your children, okay, we need you to do this. Okay, I need you to do this. I need you to do this because your grandparents, your parents have taught that lesson to say, this is what I have. This is what we need to do. This is how we need to do this. So I just think it's amazing that someone came on and they have a program that's out there tailor-made for everybody. And so, like he said, there is so many people who are in need of services. And if you are in need of services, go head on and get with Mr. Ezra and get you some services. He's going to make sure that everything is good. Like he said, you just need to type in on the 1-800 number. He's going to ask you for your birthday, your email, and get you a quote for your family. And you don't have to worry about much, but 6 little questions, not anything drastic and crazy. He's already going to be able to take care of you and make sure that your program is good. So who don't want to make that happen? I'm just saying. Ooh, y'all, this light tonight is hot and bright, okay? But I just really wanted to make sure that we have provided someone to the program tonight and talk about all of these great opportunities and things that we definitely need to make sure that we have in position in place. So that's important, okay? That's super important. All right, you guys. So I want to also give you guys some updates on things that we got going on. Again, if you guys have not gotten your Heal Better Journal, by Angela Moore. So I really did want to kind of take this little time real quick while we're waiting on Uncle Donald, and tell you guys about what I like about the Healed Brother Journal, because I have been reading my journal. Okay, I like day 2. Day 2 was such a really, really, really good day for me because I was like, oh, okay. So Miss Angela, and I'm gonna have to have Miss Angela back on so she can tell us about, how she really did develop these things and how she really seriously had some good questions for us. And one of the things that I liked about it was that when she was telling us about I will trust again, that was my favorite. I was like, oh, it's called broken trust. That's what it's called, broken trust. And when she said, I will trust again as a soft word, and just reading that, and then she gave you a good scripture. Now you guys read Psalms 147, verse 3. I was like, okay, cool. And so just that opportunity to think about it, pray, get your meditation on, and she gives you questions to really answer and get yourself together. So the Heal Better Journal is such an amazing thing. Broken Trust, page number 2, entry was what I liked. And so that was something that I enjoyed and I really did adore that. And then when she said, the negative thoughts and to acknowledge and address those thoughts, I thought that was really cool too. So get your own Heal Better Journal by Angela Moore. And I'm going to definitely have Ms. Moore back because she got to go on and break that down for us. Let's see. I think Uncle Donald is ready. Let's see what he got. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have
Come on
Uncle
back in, Ezra. Put that
Donald.
down. Come on back in. Hey, you there? You there? What's that woman there? Nikki, you there?
My name is Nikki.
All right. I was doing some work. I want to question
Yeah.
it. Can I put Azrael on the stand? What you need, man? You're looking around in my house like a thief or something. Nikki, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
How are you?
How's your spirit? Are you happy to be alive in God's word?
I'm always happy to be alive. How's your spirit?
Can you bring him back in? Because I want to put him on. You know me. I like to put people on the stand.
Okay.
Yeah. He here in my house looking around like a thief in the night, searching and going through stuff.
How is your
Throw me
spirit?
that back. Throw me that back.
Wait. Let's do a spirit check on you. Well, y'all, we waiting on Uncle Donald to get himself together.
You ain't waiting on me. Don't be putting that on me. This man ain't got it. You ain't got to charge it up. That ain't hooked up. Let me see how your charger port look. Let me see that. Plug it in the computer, brother. No, man, you got one of them old Obama phones. Our people seem to not have nothing in order correct. You see all this stuff I got here, Doc? How much time you got on your battery? How you doing, Nikki?
So while we waiting on Uncle Donald,
hello,
we'll just play him some music.
So, Nikki, can you hear me pretty good?
I can hear you. Are you ready?
Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm ready. We just got a lot going. I'm trying to catch up for Monday. I was breaking in and out listening to you guys. I couldn't really hear you. There you go. You okay?
Why you can hear me?
Well, because I was in and out and I was doing something there. Don't unplug nothing over here now, Doc. Just work with what you got, Ezra. It'll be all right. Go on in. Let him in, Nikki. I want to put him on the witness stand.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. But look at what's up with this fanning already. We're gonna have to help you get to the doctor to get that covered.
All right. So that's why he can't come in, because he's close to you. You can hear the echo of each other.
Wait, he gonna have to figure that out. Mute yourself, Ezra.
All right. You got echo right now?
Mute yourself. Just mute yourself out.
It's a big echo.
Okay. Now, don't do no talking. When we say Israel come in, then you unmute yourself and I start talking. Hello, Nikki.
Hi, Donald Baker.
How the cheer? How the cheer?
Hello, Uncle Donald.
Hello,
How are
Nikki.
you?
Hallelujah. Good to see you, Nikki. You got that lipstick on, and that is it purple, orange?
I have
green?
purple tonight. I have purple tonight.
Are you going somewhere tonight?
Not tonight.
You have any questions for me? Stop fanning, Nikki. You're making me hot. I got to
You told me to put Ezra on the witness stand. Ezra is leaving. He's moving around because he needs a plug.
You need don't unmute. Just stay still, Ezra. Enjoy yourself. Just she can't hear you, Doc. Just sit tight. No, don't. We don't need to hear you. I'm just part of the show. Just sit tight. She said you're moving too much. They need to give you some medicine, some what is it? ODC, ADC, BD. So, Nikki.
ADD.
All right, Nikki. For Christmas, I'm going to purchase. I got to order them tomorrow. These fans. You could just sit them on your desk and nobody can see.
Can you give me a pink one?
Well, Nikki, I don't know if they have all that. See, that's why black
people. If they have it in pink, I'll take it in pink.
Never mind, you won't get none. I'm ordering one for that. Black people always.
So
if you give them steak, they're gonna say you got any potatoes. Just take. You're hungry. Just eat what you got. Now I don't know nothing about no pink fans and all that and stuff. Everything got.
You can always look on Amazon and give me what I need. If you just want to purchase.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you.
Hello, H.E.R. How are you? Okay. So, Uncle Donald, what did you have for Mr. Ezra? You wanted him on the witness stand. What we got?
Well, I was in and out and working seriously, though. The man, if I didn't have confidence in him, for one, he wouldn't be on the show. For two, he wouldn't be handling my stuff. I
enjoyed our conversation. I'm excited about him having some really nice things.
And I guess I missed this portion. Is I was explaining to him the importance of letting these people know that there is no medical check in a sense on this. Everybody is guaranteed to get approved. So I'm just the type of person, I think I heard, if I'm not right, I know Israel has a girl and a boy, right? Right. Just nod your head, don't unmute, okay? Just do like this. And I do too. And when you did my insurance stuff, I always tell you my main concern is about my son and my daughter, okay? All right. So with that said, people like Nikki and others who may be listening on here, I don't know how many is on, but these people may be interested.
It's 7 people that I can see, but I'm sure it's more.
Yeah,
just
and
keep talking.
They'll see the show later on. Tell them Daddy Grace is on the line. But my thing is,
Daddy Grace.
Does Ezra have a website? Someone said.
Wait, who is Daddy Grace?
That's me.
You got a new name?
That's my new name.
Oh.
I give grace.
We don't like that one. We don't like that one. We like Uncle Donald. Uncle Donald will work for us.
Okay, we'll do it, Uncle Donald. Well, someone was inquiring. I think I couldn't see it, Nikki. I think it was a. It was
William Johnson, Mr. Johnson. Hey, Mr. Johnson. Does Ezra have a website?
Yes, he does.
Where are your government glasses?
Well, they over there. They under the sheet somewhere from last night. I hadn't dug them up yet.
Oh, you had a little company?
I had got myself in an entanglement.
With August?
Yeah, with the eyeglasses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got to get on. Huh? Yeah. So Nikki, what I wanted to let the people know is stuff. Listen, nowadays you got COVID. And you got a whole lot of. I have experience not in my family, my people, but just other friends that's so close. Just not this week, 2 weeks ago, I had to, and it was heartbreaking to hear a family who had to bury a loved one, and they was 40-something years old, wasn't anticipating on them dying, and couldn't. Going around with a can. It's always our people who have to suffer this onslaught. Let me tell you something. I don't know if y'all said,
Keep going.
I don't know if y'all said it on your show or whoever said it on that show, but you got to explain to the people the importance of this because, Nikki, what happens is people that afraid. Our people afraid to go and get insurance because we eating up with the high blood pressure, the hot diabetes, and the high blood pressure and everything. We got everything going on, and we ain't been to the doctor in 40, 50 years. But here's the thing. If you have young kids and you want to make sure that they're comfortable if something happened to one of them, because tragically, more young people die in automobile accidents because they ride with their friends. Check the statistics here in Houston. And the mom wasn't anticipating, because young people think they're invisible. They don't think they're going to ever die. They're not going to go away. This policy is good to me for young folks. So you got a 17 or 18 or whatever the age group it is for the policy, $20, $30, $40, $50, and something happened.
He said $20 for a 10-year policy.
That is not
bad. For a $10,000 policy.
Well, I tell him, see, you know what I said to him, Nikki, I'm going to keep it 100. That becomes confusing to people. Go with the max, $50,000, not only because, mute your phone, sir. Okay, not only does, Nikki, it costs $15,000 to bury people. So don't waste your money on $10,000 people. Go listen, Nikki, let me tell you why. But the thing
of it is, Uncle Donald, what I was telling him that was because, remember, even though you want them to go with the max, but at this point, you got to baby step people. You got to baby step.
You got to baby step, but let me tell you something.
And if that's all they can afford is $20 right off the bat, you definitely want to get them there and then increase them there.
Can I, and we'll come up later. Can I just give you some good information? And I'm serious about
this. Give me the good information.
Black people are the only ones can't afford things that are vital to their life. Health insurance, automobile insurance, and life insurance. That's how wealth is passed down. You can't, people, listen to me clearly. As a pastor, former pastor, you can't bury a nigga for, you can't bury nobody for $10,000. Funeral home don't want to talk to you. Listen to me. I'm trying to help you.
Okay.
And that's why I tell Israel, strike that 10,000, strike the 15,000, because what happened, Nikki, people that's listening here probably have lost their loved ones and family, especially if a spouse loses a spouse. What happens is you become discombobulated for a moment. Depression come in, you can't go to work. And so if you ain't going to work, the people don't care about you dying on your job. And what happens is, if you got a $50,000 policy, Nikki, and you drop 15 on him to bury him, do the math. That's $35,000 you got left over to kind of balance you out before you have to go get a job. You can still pay some bills, and you can take 6-7 months off to get yourself together. $10,000, you still gonna need some more money. So what I tell people and all of my friends who get to this policy, they just go into the max. The only people who pay high price are those who are in the 50s and 40s. Women can get insured less than at a lesser price. I wouldn't waste. I'm just being honest with him. He may say something different if we can ever get him back on, because I want him on the witness stand. All right. Well, Doc, come on, it's COVID, but put a chair here. You on? Because, Nikki, here's what happened. You can't do nothing with $10,000, baby.
You understand that? Yeah. I know. Trust me, I understand it. I know. I'm clear with it. Yeah, but what I'm saying to you is, Mr. Baker, and I get it, Uncle Donald. The thing of it is that we're trying to introduce it to those. I know there are some people. Let me tell you something. The people who don't do right by it, them the main ones that can't afford it all. But you have some people that literally this is just all they have. So he can't scratch that. But he, like he said, like Mr. Andrew said, we can increase them to that place once they get to a place to realize and understand the importance of spending their $20.
Let me tell you.
You really got to meet people where they are.
I understand that, Nikki. Okay, I understand that. Listen to me, serious, no joke. And we'll cut up later. We're the only race that you always got to introduce something that's valuable to us. Just hear me out on this. And I'm not joking. I'd rather leave the show now and go, I am serious on this.
No, I'm not. This is not a joke. I know you're giving good information. No, we're not playing.
Let's hear me out. If I leave, I just made a commitment Did you just eat something while I'm talking? I don't like that kind of stuff. When I'm talking, don't eat, damn it. Man, shoot. You can drink something, but don't eat. And I'm trying to help these people out here. They eating up with the high blood, the diabetes, and the stroke. They're stroking out every day.
Just cuss at me.
Yeah, I cuss sometimes, Nikki. But
No,
listen,
you cuss at me. Keep going.
it's so African-American people. If you can't afford to spend $20, if that's all you can afford to spend on insurance, number one, you need to lock yourself up in the house and eat right and do right, because we ain't got no money to bail you. Okay? But we will find money to get Jordan tennis shoes. We will find money to get Christmas gifts for these little bad children. We will find money for everything. Okay? If you, and I like to read books, and I don't know which one I read this in, but what you have to do is learn how to find money. How do you find money? All right? This is how you find. This is how you find. That $30 a week you spend on Timmy Chain's chicken, stop it. When you go to the grocery store,
you get Timmy James.
I'm just talking, Nikki, making the show work. People go to the grocery store and they get 2-pound cakes. That's $10. Okay, now we at $30, $45. Do you understand? You can find money. Stop eating. Stop buying little stuff that you really do not need. And I'm talking from experience. Okay, I'm a collector, and Israel. I don't want to go into detail, and those that have been knowing me for many years know what I collect. And the way I buy what the items I like to collect is this. I don't use money that I already have in reserve. See, the average person, and this stuff you should talk about. Listen, statistically, and it teaches us that you ought to have 6 months of income put to the side. Most folks are one paycheck away from eviction. I have watched the news during COVID, and I watched them talking about they're going to pay 1 month, 2 months of rent. And the people up there saying, I can't pay 1 month rent. Well, that didn't just happen because COVID. You've been in that position. So we got to learn, people, to stop. I said this on someone's show. Stop eating our seed. Our seed is to be sown in the ground. They used to laugh at me when I was young. Y'all don't remember when there was First City Bank downtown on Main Street. And I was working as a loss prevention investigator for Foley's. Okay. And I used to sell most of these people here neckties. And I used to take what I make on them neckties. I used to go and take that and put it in the bag. Take that and put it in the bag. Take that and put it in the bag. Okay. Just because you get a check and money, it doesn't mean other unnecessary needs should be showing up.
We just talked about that. Were you listening?
No, Nikki. And so I'm so tired of our people not understanding what's important. Most of us die right now. We can't leave nothing behind but debt and despair. And the Bible says, blessed is the man that leaves an inheritance for his children. Okay? And I was talking to a friend of mine that Israel just taken care of, and we was talking about how to spell out her plan. I said, look, $500,000. You can say little Johnny gets 100,000 when he turns A, and he gets 25,000 when he turns B, C. That's how you do on insurance premium. Now, I'm not an insurance man. I don't know nothing about it. I just know what I have. Okay? Right. All right? And when you say walk them into it, that's the problem. We've been walking them into stuff and they start baby steps. No, ma'am. No, sir.
So just make them go directly into it?
Before that fella, Dave Ramsey was talking about putting money in envelopes. I was doing that as a kid.
Right.
And when I told you I was a collector, so the items that I collect, the average cost of one of them is $700 to $1,000 a while. And I would take money, put in the envelopes, and when I reached that $1,000, what I wanted and what I was saving it for no longer is more valuable than this money. I said, whoa, I just saved $1,000. Learn how to save your money and have money for emergency. Let me tell you something. Listen to Donald Baker. And I was on a Christian show, and I'm going to talk crazy here in a minute and get ratchet. But right now, I'm serious about this. Because right now, probably a lot of people on here is just any minute now, you anything else happen. We can't afford another pandemic. Nothing. Because you just one paycheck from losing your house, your car, and everything. When we are the number one consumers in America. Stop eating.
And we just talked about that.
Stop going out all the time. You know, it's okay to reward yourself, but not every day of the week getting out. And I'm not in the name brand nothing.
Right.
Okay. So we got to understand the significance and the importance, because right now, and we'll leave that alone. Right now, Nikki, I was talking to a funeral director when you was there with me at that facility, you and Lanita, and I told the man, I said, the most popular thing right now is land. If you got some land, you can make some money. Why? Because I told the guy, he said, you're so right, sir. Funeral homes don't have places to bury people. They're running out of spots. So if you got some land, you could sell it from $3,000 to $5,000 a spot. So if you got about 10, 20 acres, well, our people used to do that a long time ago. I have a friend who's 89 years old who had 232 acres, and he used one portion for farming and the others where he buried his family at. His grandmother is there on that land.
Yeah,
and now
that's how it is with our family.
Yeah, and
that's
now
our
they ain't
family
got nowhere
thing.
to bury. And people go around with a little cup. Can you help us?
Yeah, we have a family plot like that too. That's how our family is in the country. So I lived in the city. I lived in the city all my life, and I'll be going to the country. Pray for me.
Okay, pray for you. Hurry up and go, or what?
Whichever way you want to do it.
Yeah. So what that means is basically there's an opportunity for us to make our lives better. Now, Nikki, you seem a little serious tonight. You know, you can let me go. I'm just trying to be a blessing. But it's an opportunity for our people who
I'm listening to you. You told me to listen to you. What you want me to do? You want me to listen? You want me to play? What you want? You done already told me don't eat.
I got somebody gonna
you
play
done
with me
me out. You done said let Mr. Ezra come back. Mr. Ezra is here. He's waiting for you to answer your extra questions. You done told us about your insurance experience. So what you want me to do, Donald Baker?
But you understand, brother? Just like I tell you, our people don't know this. But you have
you have
the dominant culture. The dominant culture out there, they can bury their people. And black folks are dying at a high rate. But here's the beauty I like, is being able to leave something for my children. And I would not want to be an embarrassment to my son or daughter where they can't bury daddy. I have told my oldest sister and 2 others, if anything happened, there's plenty of loot and policies. You just got to figure out one thing, how to get in Fort Knox and stuff. You understand? But we never was taught that. See, money is not made. It's passed. Wealth is not made. It's passed down through insurance policies. Insurance people didn't lay folks out during the pandemic because too many investors. And we got to learn how to invest. That's an investment. And I get people, it's so embarrassing. It's you don't see the other cultures doing it, but it's always us who creating a GoFundMe page.
We just talked about that too.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's ridiculous. It's time, grow up, people, grow up. But anyway, I'm gonna tell you like a kid told me. My life is good. My life is good. When the other people die, they leave millions of dollars for their children and grandchildren. And we the ones toting the Bible and sing ha-cha, bye, and God's gonna make a way out of no way. I'm Abraham's seed, and I'm my grandchildren and children gonna be blessed. You ain't got nothing to be blessed with. And the older you get, the more difficult it is. Do a poll and ask how many people on here got 6 months of emergency funding saved. 6 months. That means 6 months of every bill you got to pay.
Yeah, that's not. It's probably not a lot of people.
Lanita Hale's show was so powerful the other night. I was on there and listened to her testimony, and then when I told mine, we all go through these spots where we become ill. I was sick, couldn't work for a minute, but guess what? When I was down for almost 2 years, we were more blessed then.
Jerome says he has it.
He got what?
The 6 months of what you just
He's
stated.
a good man. He understands. And that stuff you
That's my
don't
brother-in-law.
touch. If something happens, everything is good. All is well.
Yep.
See, a lot of people, especially small business owners too. Let me just talk about those that go to work. See, it's one thing to go to work because you just want to have something to do and go. It's another thing to go because you got to go. Because if you don't, no bread is on the table. I'm not boasting. I'm not being cocky or arrogant or nothing. If I decide this week I ain't hitting a lick at a snake, I ain't doing nothing. I ain't moving. I'm going to stay in my drawers and socks all day long for the next 30 days or 6 months. I'm still going to be good.
That's good.
What I'm saying is Black people are consumers. That's all we do. We're consumers. All right. And so we got to understand that through insurance is important to have.
Yes, it is.
You know, we talked about that. Man, you should have went over this about, I didn't know this until it took me until several years ago, something called, what is it called? Living benefits. We don't know what that is.
Yeah. Right.
So you get sick. If you got a $500,000 policy, a living benefits, and you take sick, all right, and you can't do once the doctor declares you can't do 3 of the things that you normally do, brush your teeth, drive, and cook, all right, they gonna cut you a check for what, $350 of that, or how much of that, just roughly? No, if it's 500,000 policy. 350,000 in 2 weeks for somebody to come and take care of you. We ain't never heard of that.
Mm.
See, but if you can't afford the basic stuff to the max, you sure can't jump over here with the big boys. But the other culture, what they do is look at it like this.
Your phone went down.
Not mine.
There it is. It's back.
What the other culture does is this. This is what the other culture does. They go and say, we're going to eat spaghettis, and we're going to eat chicken soup, and we're going to do this, but we're going to take care of this insurance business. You understand? Now, are you muted, Ezra? Make sure you're muted. So with that said, that's all. So Ezra, real quickly, simple. How old is your son, Nikki?
He's 18.
Off the top of your head, not without fumbling, an 18-year-old to get that 50,000, how much is that roughly? Yeah, I'm talking. No, tell me and I tell him. $20 for an 18-year-old to get 50,000. If something happened and he gonna get a motorcycle, God forbid, you don't have to stress, Nikki. You got the money for the funeral, and you got to take a little break now because you lost your beloved. Do you understand that? That's how I look at stuff. I'm doing a reading and writing all this stuff for a show about relationships. Relationships break up over one thing: money. 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 And we've been a culture of people who've been waiting on the government to give us money, and everybody else like this new election as president ain't gonna give us a damn thing because he don't owe us nothing. Nobody owes us nothing but respect. But what you do is you create wealth for your children and your children's children. And we just haven't been taught that. We haven't been taught that. We don't own nothing. We don't own the land. My attorney told me years ago, lady attorney, Baker, whatever you do, own a piece of America. So 18, right?
Yep.
All right, let's say a 42-year-old person. What's the max that they get that $50,000 policy for? Roughly. $56. Nikki, they eat that up. Ken Johnson ate $600 the other night at RuPaul's. You understand?
Gas in the car.
No, but what I'm saying is affordable. So with that said, that was something I didn't hear y'all if y'all did discuss. It's important people to have that, all right? Now, like with me, I think you heard me talking while you've been sitting here. I've been passionate about helping these nonprofit organizations. Been doing it all my life. That's all I know to do. And I was telling a friend of mine, I said, wait a minute, some of these we can't see what they're doing. Let's X this, and take this and give over here. All right. So I have to go. Yesterday, I did a turkey giveaway. All right. The man called and said, hey, he got 75 bikes. Now they probably already pre-selected. We need your help. I told him straight up, I ain't lifted nothing. I ain't gonna put nothing together, but I'm coming. I'll be there. All right. I like supporting those things. And the reason I'm bringing that up is you got people out here who are starting nonprofit, but we can't help our own selves. We need money. We got to learn to teach our people how to transfer money to other family members. Hello. Okay, now that's the insurance man. And he's a good man, and he knows his stuff. But you got to make it simple to our people. Now, any women on here that is candidates for baptism before we close?
I thought you had questions for him.
He answered all of them, didn't you? Nod your head, she can't hear you, brother. Just do like this. I asked him, what's the age for the basic? What's the max age of a person is if they're 40? He told me, all right? And we ain't worrying about them because they're 68 and 70. If they ain't got nothing now, they ain't getting nothing. But what you didn't tell them, I don't know, is this ain't something, this product that he's offering with no medical check, and I'm doing your work, doc, I'm gonna charge you. It's not something that's gonna be around every week and all day. It's limited window that's open, and it's gonna stop. The insurance companies do that. Let me share this story to you. How banks do. You're gonna learn something tonight. Now we'll talk about making it drop later. This is how banks do. You can tell a bank when they're getting ready to sell. You want me to tell you how a bank is getting ready to sell? Another bank is finna buy one. They run one of the most unique scams in the world. In order for them to sell and take that paper down to Wall Street, they have to show they have so many account holders. So if Bank of America, Chase, Wells Fargo, Nigerian Bank of Texas, or whatever you want to call it, if they want, they do this. Y'all heard it. Free checking account. And everybody run over there and get a free checking account. Now, y'all know many banks did it, and you don't even see their name anymore. Now, Chase got it. What's that Chase Bank by something where Lakewood Church at? They got the dome on top. It used to be another bank. Golden. It's golden. That's the color of the dome. But that was I forget what bank it was, but Chase on it now. But Washington Mutual used to holler, free checking account. That's because they were selling out.
Wells Fargo bought them.
Wachovia, free checking account. They start selling out.
And they became a Wells Fargo.
So reason I brought that up, that's how you know banks selling when they offer them free. So they can say we got 10 million accounts. So if they got 10 million accounts and they getting 50 cents out for all of them or daily, you do the math, people. Okay. So the way insurance company work, all right, to grow and to get more investors, they have to show they have so many policy holders. I know the game. So what they do is they open up these doors like these premiums, no medical check, no nothing, and just come in. And then when they got so many, they shut it off. It's the same way you get these people, you hear these people selling online, no credit, no money down. We don't care what I see it on radio station. We don't care what your credit is. Just come on and get a car. They never tell you when you get there, you can get them, but you're going to give a hell of a lot of money down. And we don't, because why? We don't understand financial literacy. We don't know. We don't know.
And that's why Mr. Ezra was talking about that, hosting those classes and informations.
Well, it ain't nothing new to him. He's been doing it. We've been all over Texas doing it. But it's important for my people. I'm just passionate about it and stuff. But they got to understand not to stop saying we can't take them slow. People put money where they want.
This is true.
The same way when people go to these churches, you could tell if they're members. They don't have to be on the road because people, they money tails. This girl today gave, listen, she had 4 kids.
So you have anything else for Mr. Ezra?
Gave 400, 2,500. No, take him off. Take him off.
Thank
Bye.
you, Mr. Ezra. Thank you again.
Yeah. So what's going on, Nikki? How you doing? How your family?
No, keep going with your conversation. I'm enjoying it.
No, it's over because that was for him to do. I'm just passionate about that and helping people and stuff. And you need to get in contact with him about that. I mean, people dying, they don't have nowhere to bury them. And it's limited money. Hey, I tell you a secret, put policies on them, and the Negroes ain't been croaked in 2 years, cut it back or something.
That's true.
Why
would you cut it back though? Why would you cut it back?
If the nigga ain't dead 10 years, 2 years, you might well. All right, never mind. That's another story. Okay. But listen, let me tell you something. Friend of mine today, we were sitting there. And go look, if you think I'm lying, go look on where I was giving out turkeys. I interviewed one of the most powerful pastors in the church in this city.
Yeah.
I call him
an ambassador. I saw you over there, Great of St. Matthews.
Yeah, but
I saw you over there. That's
so what I told one of the apostles, I said, look, let me ask you a question. And we were talking, and somebody said, well, I got a question. Go look at it. He said, during the owner of the station asked him, what do you do during this pandemic where no money is coming in and ain't nobody giving? And I just said this on Lanita's show. It's called reciprocity. He said these words. Go back and look at the video. He said, surround yourself with people who are givers and attach yourself to people who are givers. And you become a giver yourself. Reciprocity, give and sow. You understand? I was joking with y'all the other night when my friend was here. I had 3 expensive gifts for her. It wasn't Christmas gift because she always buying for me. And then she had 3 expensive gifts for me. Did you see my little thing? Yeah. So what happens is people have to learn to be successful. Okay? It's number 1 is understand the duty of your money. What is your money for? My money is not to ride around bling bling and show people because I don't like to make people happy because I'm doing good. I don't care if you get happy or not, whether I'm doing good or bad. So when people put on $500-$600 shoes and stuff, and let me tell you something, people, I ain't saying nothing I wouldn't say my son. He riding around in what them called Israel. Yeah, I told you about it. I showed he riding around in Maseratis and Bentleys and all these expensive chains. I'm not into all that. Your money should not be seen. It should be heard. Heard what? Oh, that was a donation from ABC organization to us. So me and this friend of mine sitting here was going through Baker his Christmas and Thanksgiving. I'm gonna give 500 over to these people, 500 over here. I said, well, I'm not gonna let you do it by yourself. I said, I give all the time, I'm gonna match. Why? We understand money coming by doing that. Now, I don't know if you know this. I want you to hear this, Nikki. This ain't nothing to laugh and joke. Sometimes you got to be careful how you handle people, because sometimes we don't know who they are. The Bible told us, be careful how you entertain strangers, because some has entertained angels unaware. But you don't even know this.
That's true.
That people that has been on your show and you've been on their show, guest on their, and stuff, these people has made millions of dollars before.
That's
okay.
Good.
No, it ain't no joke. Let me tell you. Some of those guys that's coming on here, I know for a fact, one of them that I frequent on his show, one was there was times when every week, listen to this, people, not every year, not every month, but every week was making over $100,000.
That's good.
And the reason I'm saying that, it wasn't because of that person's goodness, because they weren't no good. But one thing I knew about them, I watched them come in there. Back then, everybody wanted to carry a briefcase. I watched this person come in and say, I ain't coming to church, but here's a bundle of money.
That's good.
And why? Because the principle that people don't get is the art of sowing and reaping. Sowing and reaping. Sowing and reaping. Seed time and harvest. Spring and summer. They're going to show up. All right? But it's us. We have to, and people are excited about the election. Let me tell you something. We had two old white men fighting for power. That's not going to change black people's life. Now, if y'all think, well, I'm going there. If y'all think because you got Biden and this half black woman in there that is going to change your financial structure, you got another thing coming. Because if Barack didn't change your financial structure, these two not. It's your responsibility, not the government. Because those are big boys playing in the major league. They don't care nothing about us. Okay? They in the main lane. All right? That's called the main lane. We just on a little road. Okay? And we got to learn how to stop waiting on everybody else. If our ancestors didn't get reparation, if our ancestors didn't get, when are we going to stop? They didn't already tricked us again. To keep us silent, all you got to do is just give us like a $399 check, one of them ABC checks with all them alphabets, and then second is you cripple the women. I told y'all this by giving them a couple of $100 in food stamps, and they ain't going to work in nowhere. No money in the community is circulating. But you want a car, you want a house, you want marriage, you want a Bentley. You want all these things. But the government is taking care of you. I'm so passionate because the most created group of people is black people. Can't nobody take no beans and rice and make a meal out of it like we can. Man, you think you had a 5-star restaurant where mama would take them beans and rice and some cornbread. Notice I ain't saying nothing about no meat, because I would examine as a kid, where the meat at? The beans is the meat. Okay? And when you get old like me, you can't afford to be working for nobody on no job, because they ain't going to give you what you worth.
This is true.
So you have to create it. Most men that want to get married, they ain't got no place to bring a woman. Okay? Because I got friends listening. Before I got married and knew I wanted to get married, when I was married, I didn't have no apartment to bring her to, because I wasn't doing that. I went and paid, and this stuff, people see this, cash money for a condominium. I ain't asked no damn bank to finance nothing, because I know they wasn't giving it to me. I went and paid cash.
Teach
And
that lesson.
Then after that, I sold it for 3 times the amount and put it on where I'm at now. But prior to that, I was married, and I told the wife, if you're going to be a real estate agent, you got to own property. So I had a deal cut where I was buying condominium left and right. That's what you're doing. Yeah. I'm to charge you for this information, Doc. Hey, I feel like running for Jesus. Running after that woman. Now, you understand, Nikki? I had 10 of them.
I understand.
So we got to know how to create wealth, people. Quit waiting on somebody. We wait. I'm waiting. What? Today the lady was, hey, Doc, you see how clean it is? When you leave here, this is where it's going to be. I always go, I have another one. This is my ego. Okay? Those who wait on the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like an eagle. That's Isaiah chapter 4. They that wait up along. Quit waiting on somebody to give you something that they ain't going to give you. All person I wait on, I leave you. I wait on the Lord. And black folk always talk, man, waiting on that eagle to fly. In the old day, they used to, I'm waiting on the eagle. Well, I didn't know what they were talking about. That was the mailman with the government checks, and it had an eagle on that check. You know, Nikki, I told you last week, I ain't trying to be mad at them, too mad, but the average church in Houston, now there are some good ones out here, but the average church on a Sunday morning is a joke. It's a joke. They come up with all kinds of shenanigans and shams to get money out your pocket, and you go back home broke and hungry and can't feed them 5 children. And bundling up in cars and women sleeping in cars is ridiculous. When you got a country and when you got a society of people who have access to wealth. Listen, people, get out of these churches quick. God showing us something. He didn't close them down with the pandemic.
Yes, he did.
Okay? Something ain't right. He's not pleased with it. And don't make me go off. Nikki, you understand what I'm saying? Help
I
the
hear
people.
you.
Oh, we can get on here, laugh, and have a good time, and they won't give to your organization not one dime. They'll take.
That's true.
Hey, you got any clothes? You got any grown people drawers over there? You know, I can put on you. You got any? I don't need enough for the children. I need some, get your lazy self up.
And it's the truth, but at the same time, I know my purpose and I know the reason for it. So it's all well, But I like to educate and make sure that people have what they need.
What I'm saying, is that no, understand this. Understand this. There's a thing in business called a call to action.
Absolutely.
Okay? And if there's no call to action, especially our people, I don't care what nobody say. Church folks don't walk by faith. They walk by sight.
They do.
Because if they don't see nothing, they ain't going to get with you. That's sight.
That's true.
Okay? And sometimes you got to show them what you're doing and where you're going. I'm out there.
What do you mean? What do you mean when you say you got to show them what you're doing and where you're going? What do you mean?
I'll tell you.
Talk about that.
Oh, yeah, it ain't nothing hard for me. Listen to me. As a pastor, and I've consulted with many preachers on this policy, and I've told them this. You can't go out across the street and see a shell. You know what a shell of a building is? Okay, there's no structure to it. It's just a shell, a frame.
Right.
Okay, or you fake. Okay, and when you start that project, they're gonna leave. And when they get back up and running, then they'll come later on and get on. So that's what I'm talking about. They walk by sight, not by faith. And that's why when I got ready to do things in the church, if the church didn't have the money, I did it myself and told the board, y'all give me the money back. You understand that? Because I know how they are. They don't mean to do it by sight. Okay, that's because they ain't never experienced really having to walk by faith. I don't get excited when somebody tell me the Lord, whoo, hallelujah, paid my light bill. You shouldn't be praying to God to pay your light bill. You should be praying to God to help you stop being a poor management of money.
That's it. Good stewardship.
Never have I prayed for light bills and never had one cut off. You understand? I don't pray for gas bill and car notes. If you manage your money right, you should be able to handle those things. Never ask God to do something you can do yourself. Ask him to do something you can't do.
That's it.
And you have people, Nikki, sitting around waiting. I'm waiting on the Lord. They ain't doing nothing. Hey, I'm gonna send me. I'm waiting on me. And you won't come out of that there. What that thing they call? What that little thing, Nikki? Boy, I see them women. I don't see no other race of women but my people in there with them little bundles on their head.
Little head bonnet.
But I be wanting to snatch them off. I saw 2 of them today. I know they have fixed and they coming out there in their house shoes. Look, he talking about I'm waiting. That man ain't gonna pick you up with nothing like that. You gotta get yourself together. Put yourself in the midst of good people. Let me tell you, I do not tolerate negative folks around me. I don't sit around. When I pass, I didn't sit around counseling folks. I don't want to hear all that. You talk to the Lord about that. I don't know. Listen, let me tell you something. Negative spirits is so damn contagious. It's dangerous. I want you to try this test. And listen, and then you go to tell them how to help themselves and how to get, and then what you do is, next thing you know, you feeling some type of way.
Because you let them put it in you.
You have to stay away. Let me tell you why.
That's almost like when people give prejudgment conversation about people. They prejudge, and then you can tell when somebody's prejudged you because when you feel a certain way about that person, good and all excited about them, but because you've let people put into you the prejudgment of the conversation, then it's like,
I guess what I'm trying to say, everybody
instead of getting to know that person for yourself.
Well, I'm not talking on that level. I'm talking in reference to you have people that get joy out of being in a bad situation. Trust me, there's people who feel good about feeling bad. Okay? And you sit around. So when you become attached to people that is just negative and not movers and shakers, see, most people couldn't understand and relate right now, all right, to what we did today. Because they'll say, that's a lot of money. No, you don't know what money is. Do you understand? And so what happens, Nikki, is this. It's why you have to be careful around negative people, because you'll be looking and saying, man, I'm getting by, myself is paid, I'm good, everything is fine. Sometimes I don't want to know how bad it is out there for people. Because if God is moving my life in the direction it needs to go, and he ain't moving yours that way, I don't need to be around that. I don't need to hear that. I don't like to hear all that negative. All right? It's just change your atmosphere.
It's true.
And when you change positions and get up from one place and move to the other one, okay, you'll see clear. Listen, I'm working. You see all this operation? I get up from here and I'm working and trying to do everything at one time. And I'm calling folks on the phone and get text now. But the minute I get up and go take that 10-minute break walk, I'm in a different position. I see the blue skies and the sun hit me and I get happy. Sometimes you don't know it's bad because God is good to you. And so
a lot of times you don't need to know. You don't need to know how bad it is because, again, like what you said, is because God is good to you. You don't need to know what that person has going on. But at the same time, I mean, you also want to make sure that the negative vibes and energies which you have, make sure that it's genuinely, authentically coming from that place and not something that's being brought upon you. Because again, influence. You definitely, like you just said, that was a real good conversation. What you said about how if you call somebody every day and they're constantly telling you every day, "Oh my neck, my neck, my neck, my neck," then you find yourself saying, "Oh my neck," because remember, 21 days thing become a habit, and if it's really something that you catch on to 7 days, it becomes what it is, and 21 is your lifestyle. So yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is that we spend more time focusing on that is negative. And I'm serious about this. I know people want to laugh tonight and all that. No, serious
No, this
business.
is
When I had
good
this
conversation
insurance,
because
it's because
people need to hear us have good conversation too. Not we love to have fun, but again,
because the
we need
problem
to definitely
is
be able to have a conversation with people too.
the problem is that most of us need. Man, what is all that? That we need is right at our disposal. We just don't know how to access it.
So how do they
change their connection with people?
Okay.
I don't care if your mama is negative. Cut off for a minute until you get things together. Get away from that and start becoming that creative person that you are. And stop. Let me tell you, if you're waiting on somebody else ship to sail in for you to be blessed, you're going to miss it when it comes and you're going to miss it when it goes. Man, what is that? Doc, go in there. Go in there, Doc. Yeah. Do you understand? Go in there. You go in there and talk. Because I'm trying to help these people here. Because these are my people. I want them to do well. Let me tell you something. When you wish others well instead of wishing others hell, you do well.
Oh, that's a good one there.
See, my family, we tight. There ain't no problems. I just don't let everybody in this circle. This is, I tell people, my home is my sanctuary.
That's good.
And
I feel the same way about my sanctuary.
If you come to these doors, you got to be special. If you're going out to dinner with me, you got to really be somebody special that I really.
And you know what? Thank you for inviting us to Howdy Chicken. Thank you for inviting me that time. I really felt special. Thank you.
I didn't invite you to know Howdy's Chicken.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Lady Hale, for inviting me.
When was that? What is
you? Did you not?
Yeah. Hush up. Yeah, that's the place over here by me. Yeah,
right.
Well, y'all ate everybody there ate a chicken, a whole chicken. But
no, not a whole chicken.
Half a chicken. What I'm saying is,
no, not half a chicken, just a slice.
I have learned over the years. Be careful who you surround yourself with. Everybody, listen. The people that celebrate you. Listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
In private, will condemn you in the public.
Yeah, they will. I've experienced that before.
No, I'm just trying to help the people. People that celebrate you. I can get people to celebrate me. Do me a favor. Look in that drawer right there, brother. That last drawer, right-hand side. There's an envelope. Don't open it. I'm calling the police. Yeah, there you go. Just pull it back. I'm gonna show you something. It's a fat envelope. Manila, and there you go. Somebody come and get that. Okay. Yeah, that. You ain't no robber, huh? So I can get people to celebrate me all the time if I want. When you're giving this here, they'll celebrate you easy. But when you don't have this to give, they will not celebrate you.
Absolutely. That's why you have to be celebratory for yourself.
I don't even listen. Let me tell you something. I am real on this. And everybody will tell you that they've been knowing me for years. And I said this publicly before in the church. When I wake up every morning and at nighttime, twice, technically. When I'm brushing my teeth, washing my face, or whatever I'm doing, I look in that mirror and I see me. I say, you're the best thing ever happened to me.
That's good.
No, I'm for real. And
no, I'm telling the truth. I'm agreeing with you.
I had miles. I was telling. I say, I was looking in the mirror and I say, you gonna do good, boy. You gonna make it happen, boy. You always come off top. Look around.
Assuring yourself.
Everybody ain't where you are and doing what you're doing.
Absolutely.
You find a man that's, I'm confused if I find, especially I'm hard on men, not so much women, because women has been discredited by this country, all right? And they're still doing us a bad disservice. So, but you got a 40-year-old man, 45-year-old man, 50, restarting his life. Negro, please. You should be coming to the close of the golden years. Okay? All of us should be working not to keep on working, because we have to, because we want to. Did you go to sleep, Nikki? You're looking down.
I'm listening.
Yeah.
No, I'm listening.
So
I hear you. I really like this conversation. And again, you guys, everybody that's watching, Uncle Donald is giving us knowledge. I know we play a lot, you guys, but tonight we're getting some really good, serious knowledge.
I don't see no woman on there because I ain't got nothing to play with. If I had some woman, and
it's some women on here, but you don't have to worry about playing with them. Go ahead on and talk good.
And the insurance man bought some cheap prune juice.
Oh, okay.
Hey man, where you at? No, that's my buddy. He's good man. So my thing is this here. We don't know. We still trying to discover how to get well. We still trying to discover. I'm not talking about people because things happen in their lives, but a 45, 50-year-old person and just trying to buy a house, you got a problem.
Yeah. Well, you know, and again, that's true too. A lot of people are late on what they do. Everybody's not great and amazing like you, Donald.
No, don't go there. That sounds kind of. I'm about to leave. That sounds sarcastic. I'm real.
Wait, no.
Let me address this. I didn't say one time about me being great and amazing. You said that, but I tell myself that every day. You're going to do good. That's me talking to me.
And guess what?
Hold on, Nikki.
I tell myself that too. No, you hold on.
So
I tell myself that same thing. But when I say everybody's not great and amazing like you, I say that as well as for myself. Everybody's not affirmed and at their place where they need to be.
I'm not great and amazing like that. Because the Bible says...
You're doing some amazing things.
Well, let me tell you
so that men may be able to compliment you. That's what the Bible says. Do your work and men will brag on you. It's okay for me to brag on you.
That's what I'm afraid
Everyone
of.
has their own time. That's right.
Let me say this. The Bible says, "Whoa, when all manner of men speak well of you." Be very careful. David said this: if the people that hurt me was the people in the streets, I could have understood.
That's it.
But it wasn't the people in the streets that hurted me. It was those that I took sweet counsel with. I went to church with. I booked with. I spoke in tongues with. Be careful when man speak well of you.
There you go.
I ain't saying nothing because nobody is great and amazing. Because I have a lot of faults and failures that I handle Don Baker way.
And that's what makes you great and amazing, because you're willing to say that you have your own faults. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, what I'm trying to say to
you can't change my view. You can't change my view. It's my thought.
What I like to see my people do is a culture of people. It's what I see the other cultures do. Come together. Let's not compete with who can build the biggest church and the biggest house and the biggest car. But build something together that our community can really say that belongs to us. We did it. Why we the only way? So I said this on hold on, I'm gonna tell you the name. Let's
Mhm.
talk. Let's talk about it. Now, I could be wrong. Show this. Be more concerned with not what the person has they can bring to the table when you get married, but what we can build together.
That's it.
And then the question was posed to me on there, what kind of woman or man they want to know can you live with? I said, not me. I know it's the right woman because it's not whether I can live with her, but can I live without her?
Right.
Then I know I got, you caught that out? Well, shoot, that's how most men think. It ain't whether I can live with her, but can I live without her? Did you get that, Nikki? Your people get that? So, and that's what happened.
Did you guys get that?
Can
and
a
there's
man
Angela saying
live,
true.
Can a man live without a woman? Okay, and can a woman live without? No. Can I exist really like I need to? I know people don't like to say I need people to exist. The Bible say you do. We're humans. We need to touch. But can I live without Betty Sue? No, because you make my world go around. You make sugar shine.
Yes, you're talking. Building together is the key word.
Yeah. I had a friend I told the other day, I said, listen, if you get sick and that man can't treat you and clean you and do what he need to do, then he don't love you like that, because love will make you do it because he wants you back. You wasn't on, but it was a beautiful thing to hear Dr. Hale and her husband. Boy, just touched my heart.
I was on there when she said it, and I thought that was
I've been in that position. And let me tell you something, it takes some real love. It takes some real love. Now, these women ain't gold diggers anymore. Price of gold is down. They digging deep. They want, these are all diggers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They want that wealth.
Well, so, but let me tell you, one of the most easiest things in this country to get, you can't get the government to pay attention to Black Lives Matter. You can't get the government to pay attention to us. You can't get certain. The most easiest thing in this world to get is wealth.
That's true.
You understand?
It's worth it. I hear you.
Now, the problem is we try to get access to the wrong thing first.
And what do we try to get access to?
Wealth first, when we ought to ask God, help me with my character first. Help me with management first. Do you remember in the Bible when the Lord said, see, when you got things in perspective, that's how you get blessed. Lord said to Solomon, what was it, Solomon? I'm gonna grant you, what do you want? He said, what you want? He said, Lord, give me wisdom how to move in and out amongst your people, because you've made me over such great. And the Lord said, because you asked for wisdom, I'm gonna give you wealth. You see,
to do that. Yeah.
So what happens is, because he requested some wisdom how to deal with these people, he gave them wealth. Now remember, Solomon daddy was low down. You know that. He was a tough fella. Do you know who Solomon daddy was?
Yeah.
Who? David.
I know that. That's what I was getting ready to tell you.
He come from bad seed. So I guess, Nikki, we got to surround ourselves with people, and there's a thing called codependence where everybody's dependent. Don't depend on nobody but him.
Right. And so when you find yourself around those persons, how do you find that group? How does that look? What does that look like?
Well, I don't know, because here's what I do. You see a mask over there?
Oh.
God stopped all that. I just act like I don't know. Who is that? I don't know you. You know me? No, Nikki. What I'm trying to tell you, you just, you just know me for a minute, but those been knowing 30 years. I don't allow people around. I don't go out to dinner with them. I don't dine with them. I don't invite everybody out to certain things. So therefore, I am limited.
That's why I said thank you. That's why I said thank you.
Yeah.
But since you didn't invite me, I'll have to tell the person who invited me.
Okay, well, do that. And thank everybody, whoever you want to thank, okay? But what I'm saying is something that is in abundance, people don't put value to it. We don't value this until a hurricane comes.
Right.
We don't value this until we can't get it. And it's in abundance. Water, I don't even know why they sell it, because it's in abundance. But the minute something happens, that becomes liquid gold.
Right.
Okay.
And we talked about that. We talked about how people don't worry about anything else, that they start doing that.
You asked a question. I'm trying to answer it.
Okay.
Stop being available for everybody who don't mean nobody nothing. You can call my number's been the same for 20 plus years, okay? And I ain't gonna change them, and I ain't gonna block folk. You can call it all day. But if I ain't in a position to answer you and I don't want to answer you, I ain't gonna answer you, because I don't give myself away to everybody like that. And stop being accessible to everybody, because then you become no value. Oh, I can call Baker at any time. No, you can't. Quit letting people have access to you. I'm telling you, Nikki, I got this stuff on here that I promised I have to get with Miles. Got all this stuff lined up, these different shows she's doing. See, people don't know that about that lady. And you never know who the president, who well, you know, tons of money, but you can't see it instead. But always want to give and help. And that's why I was having a problem today. I'm trying to, Nikki, I'm trying to rest. Baker, wake up. I got to tell you about this. I did this here and this person here, and I'm trying to do this for this person here. I said, hold them up. Now, I'm going to help you match something, but you're doing too much right now. But that's where my blessings come. So what I said, and she's like this, is that, and many others, and you like this, you like it. Everybody is not worthy of our time.
That's true.
And I'm not going to lower my standards for somebody that's not willing to raise their standards.
That's true. You shouldn't.
No, you understand? You ever heard the old people say, I just want to pick your brains? No, you ain't picking nothing.
There you go.
No, what I'm saying is, Nikki, I have learned sometimes you got to take a break from life to get life together.
But everybody can be saved. Everybody can be saved, and God created heaven and hell for a reason.
Well, listen, let me tell you something. You're right.
Good,
you're right.
That's
but guess what?
Said.
The same price it costs to go to heaven is the same price it costs to go to hell.
There you go.
But to me, it seemed like it costs a lot to go to hell. And it's easy to go to heaven. No, it's easy. Listen, why? Because in order to go to heaven, you just got to know you got a ticket and reservation and believe in him, okay? But to go to hell, it takes a whole lot of rejection. You got to out evil God's goodness, and I don't think none of us that bad. Do you think God would have a conversation with the devil and say, "Yeah, I got old Baker down here in hell. See, I won. I'll evil your goodness. Baker's over here with me." Then what was the purpose of him shedding all that blood and dying on the cross, getting up on the third day, snatching me from the pits of hell, and then in the end, he knew I was gonna get me a little tail every now and then. Oh, should I say that? And I'm gonna want to move around a little bit. Okay, this is real talk, though. See, people don't know God. and his grace and his mercy and his goodness toward mankind. It's because of my goodness that I have not consumed you, he said. He said, I used to weak at foolishness, but no longer.
Yeah.
So when you're building something, people, build it by yourself for a while. I watched this kid with them blocks they call Legos. I kept saying, do this, man. He wasn't paying me no attention. He kept building an amazing structure coming from it. And he said, I'll finish tomorrow. And each day gets greater and greater. Okay? Sometimes, Nikki, you got to build in the dark. Okay? Keep building in the dark. Everybody don't need to know where you're trying to go, because then they're going to say you don't know how to get there. Don't be so quick. Man, look, me and this man got so many projects, it'll blow the average person's mind. But we got it. We ain't talking. But what I'm saying is, we ain't talking to people who not understanding where we're trying to go, and we can get there. See, the problem with our people is we think it's always about, I heard y'all talk about credit, I think. Was that y'all? Okay. All right. So it ain't about credit all the time. I mean, money. Sometimes if you got a good credit score, you can get some. You can go down to the bank. There's ways to borrow money. We just don't know how to borrow money. I think y'all talking about credit cards. See, the vanilla folks, when they was getting credit cards, they was using credit cards to build stuff. Wake up, Nikki. You sugar up?
I'm good. I'm listening. I'm learning.
But
tonight.
anyway,
Thank you.
But Nikki, anyway, that there it is. You got what it takes. And so I deal with people all day. Today is Sunday, right? Man,
It is.
Weekend went and go. So what happens is people need to start checking who they're around.
That's true.
And checking who you
check your fruit, check your people, check your stock, check your folks, check it out.
Hide your wife, hide your kids. And then, listen, I told someone the other day, stop trying to feed the greedy and feed the needy.
Well, my God.
Yeah, because you're gonna always have greedy folks, but they ain't needy. Huh?
Good. That's good right there.
I want to talk just for 1 minute about any women. I like to talk about women and stuff like that, and sex and stuff. Anybody
well, you've been giving us a really good lesson. That's been real good.
Well, I ain't gonna do this no more. Because listen, let me ask you this here.
What you mean you're not gonna do it no more? What are you not gonna do
any
anymore?
questions about sex, love?
What are you not gonna do anymore, Uncle Donald?
Huh?
What are you not gonna do anymore?
Uncle Donald always gonna be into something. Nikki, but listen to me. I'm serious about this.
But you the one that said you're not gonna do something no more. What
Nikki,
you mean?
Don't listen. Let me tell you something. I wish I could go ratchet and show you. We need to all get together and do these shows live together, because I like you to see the text. You can't do all this online, and I like to show stuff. I got a text message this morning, a whole bunch of them. Now I'm out there slinging turkeys the other day. Person asked that question, but I applaud them for their understanding.
Well, yeah, definitely we can do the show live. I have location where we can do it, but we can create a location if you want to do that. I mean, because I want you to be safe.
I'm going. Doc, you see my Glock over there anywhere? Huh. Oh, it's on my desk in there. Listen, Nikki, listen, I joke, I play, but let me tell you something. The reason I'm saying that is because I get calls from people, and all that we want to do and can do has to be done sometime in secret and private. Because the people we connect with sometime, people, they pray against what you're trying to do. Now, they can't stop it. They just become a temporary hindrance, because it ain't about you getting to where you're going. It's about the God in you to get you where you're going. Okay? So therefore, you can't pick up the phone and call Aunt Susie and H.E.R and Betty and all these folks to tell them, I'm going to buy $1 million property. They're going to go to talking on the phone. How is she going to do it? Well, the other people are doing it. People don't value what they have here online and what they see and all this stuff because you got people who God is good to and gave a lot of knowledge to, and they doing stuff that the average. If you would just take a peep in their life, it probably would shock you. Now, I ain't telling y'all where he live or nothing. I laugh and joke with H.E.R all the time. I say you can tell people they got some money because they got 2 digits in their address. Anytime you got somebody with 54 and 13 Main Street, they got some money, 2 digits. I learned that a long time ago. Yeah. I have a friend, when we was giving the turkeys away, I invited someone out, and they own several businesses and filthy rich. And I said, now, he's giving, the lady was giving away 400 turkeys. They had 300, but they had 400, but they gave away 300 and gave some of the volunteers an awesome time. And I have to go and participate because I like giving back. So see that seed? See that seed? That's why I was trying to talk about me and Miles. It wasn't so much we tight, but the gifts that I had is that she's a giver. She gave me 3 hours of her service, which is like $1,500. You know?
That's good.
Well, Doc, guess how much she
That's a
charged me
blessing.
though? Huh? Not one dime. And now all thing I have to do in the morning is press a button and send it to the bank, and it's done. And so what happens is we do not appreciate the people that God has put us around. We're quick to, like you said, we're quick to judge them, and then we're quick to handle them rough. But sometimes some stuff has to be a secret.
That's good.
Something that'll catch you by surprise. What's that they say in the church? Your blessings shall catch you by overtake you, right? You ever heard that?
No, I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, you ain't never heard me say God gonna bless you, it's gonna overtake you.
No, I've never heard you say that.
No,
but I heard
me,
you now.
The Bible, I say, Nikki, you're not focused. But anyway, that simply means catch you by surprise.
Okay.
So God is doing things to catch us by surprise, those who are faithful to him. See, when you want money for the right reason, you get a bunch of it. But when you want it for the wrong reason, you get none of it.
Wow.
Huh?
That's good there. Say that again.
Now, Nikki, so what else? Any questions about how to keep a man and a woman? And
nobody's asking about how to keep a man. We're listening to you. We're listening to you. We're listening to you have all of these good conversations and telling us all this good wisdom and knowledge, how to make friendships and how to be quiet. Let's see, what else?
Now I got these bad glasses on. These here, I can't get to the other ones.
Oh, okay.
Oh, these are worse than that. Yeah. Well, you turn white when I put these on. You turn. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I appreciate you. I appreciate your time and all the great knowledge that you've given us and that you've been doing for us each and every week. I think that is such an amazing idea. Now you're going to be going on a vacation, right? What?
I just got to tell my secret. No, I ain't going nowhere. I'm going in my prayer closet. Hell.
Oh, okay.
Going nowhere. No, I'm
just
going nowhere.
I'm just trying to tell. I'm just trying to make sure that when they be looking for the dog.
No, because when
I would tell them you in your prayer closet.
Let me tell you something.
I'm excited because we got Richard next week. We got Richard this coming Sunday, and I'm super excited about him coming on all the way from Africa, from Zambia, Africa. Richard's going to be on, so I'm super excited.
Now, did y'all stroll this man's stuff across the screen? That's real information. Do you have the link?
I put his information now. We took care of it. We didn't scroll it across the screen, but it is taken care of. I'll take care of it.
She did it?
No.
I got him.
Yeah.
I have him. I'll take care of it.
Okay.
I do it every week. I take care of my people. So I got it.
All right. Peace and blessings. Thank you, Nikki.
Thank you. Have a good one. Bye, Unc Donald. All right, you guys, so much. We're so excited. Have a good night. It's not about what I say, it's about how I make you feel. And man, I hope I made you feel some type of way. Y'all have a good night.